Can you sing a hymn or say a prayer before we start, or pray or something?
Grandma, sit so I can make sure you're in.
I'm in focus.
I don't know if I can rip off a hymn without any.
Perfect.
Something simple.
We should play Don Basque, Amazing Grace.
Yes, we should.
You got
You don't have
microphone?
internet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't need internet. I have.
there we go.
I introduced Deb to Dan Bass. Have you heard of Dan Bass?
Not so excited.
He does Amazing Grace. And that's the first thing I see. I just saw Amazing Grace,
Listen to it.
which always makes me think of when Mom died. I know you weren't there, you were on a
Yeah.
retreat,
You
but
say
Uncle Stash came and we sang
They sang
around
it
her
around her
hospital
bed.
bed right after she passed, and we all sang Amazing Grace. And yeah. So I always think, and I saw this, and it said, what kind of singer is he?
Brazilian.
No,
Um,
like what genre?
A metal.
Yeah, metal singer sings Amazing Grace. I'm like, what? So I kicked on it. This guy is the most amazing person.
And Donna, I've had to promise that I will play this at her funeral.
Yes, this
It's
gets
the
played
version
at
she
my
wants.
funeral. Put it up.
I
Make
don't know why it's taking so long to get to it.
I don't know. I could have
Are
done
we
it way
on-
quicker.
Starting? We already started.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, taunts and snares, I have already come. Disgrace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
He does.
He does a version of Guess Send Me.
From She's a Crazy Superstar.
But
Way better.
it's, yeah,
Okay.
but
It's amazing. It'll make you cry. And he does all of it himself. He plays all the instruments. He does it in his garage.
in Brazil, yeah.
Yeah,
He does a
Brazilian.
lot of covers too,
He
you
does.
know, yeah.
Anything. Some of his Christmas songs.
His name, yeah.
Dan Vasc, VASC.
I want to start with who you guys are to Carol and Stash, and yeah, when you guys fit in the tree.
Well, that's the oldest.
Right. I am Aunt Carol's first niece. I think he used to call me Debbie Dum Dum when I was really little.
I was Diving Donna.
Yeah. But
Diving Donna.
That was the camper.
Yeah.
yes, yes. So
I lived on the high board.
I don't know. It was because I was first and you were young. I
You're
think.
silly.
Yeah.
And I almost never said Debbie without saying Donna. It was
Yeah.
Debbie and Donna.
Diving Donna.
Well,
And Donna for the
and-
longest time, because you were the first two nieces and I just loved you like crazy and
Right,
wanted to.
right.
I babysat.
And-
for you.
Yeah, and babies were
I
still
changed
fun
your
and
diapers.
new.
I
Yes.
changed your
Yes.
buttons.
And then we had, Dina Diane. So it was Debbie Donna D Diane. And I remember my mom when she would like be irritated with us or whatever, and they would get all jumbled up.
Grandpa Gigi
Yeah.
always mixed up our names. It didn't matter who you were.
Yeah.
If he's talking to me, then he had to start. Deb, Diane, Dean, Donna. You're always last.
So
He wanted Deb,
it's my grandma's
Sister, correct.
older
correct.
sister.
Yes.
4 years separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were so close for all the years. She was like I don't know what you call
My
it.
Deb.
Yeah, she was my Deb, like Deb is for you. We talked every day when I thought about it in the later years, and she died so young, but it was just a thing we did. It was a sister thing, and she would always, when I first got married, she sent me cookbooks. She would send me a recipe, or she was there when I was gonna have a baby. She like walked me through it. She had done all the stuff, so she always led the way for me. I really miss that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, my mom made it sound like you guys lived really close too. Is that true? Because my mom said
We
she
did.
always
Not
had me
Yeah.
far away.
Cleveland and Garfield
Yeah.
when the
I
kids were all
walked
growing
to
up.
Carol's all the time. I
Yeah.
babysat for her every weekend.
all the time. They
Walk
got my
from our
babysitters.
house.
So what's your age?
Deb babysat for mom. I babysat for you.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
Meg,
think I was 15.
I
when
changed your
I-
mother's
or
diapers.
younger.
I taught her.
Meg-
I potty
Meg's
trained you.
Godmother, yeah.
I
And I
think
remember
people
being
have-
young. I thought I could, yeah.
Yeah, I will take credit for it.
Yeah.
So I was old enough to run her to the bathroom every time.
that was the she potty trained then.
I did. I did. Yeah. I thought so at the time anyway.
You guys do a good job. I trusted you with my kids.
What was I,
just like your
10,
mother trusted
12?
me
Well,
with
yeah,
you
I was
guys.
just trying to think of how old I was when maybe 12.
Well,
Because I was Meg's godmother. I was your mom's
yeah,
godmother.
you were pretty
And
young.
I was like super nervous because I thought it was
And
like a
she-
huge
Responsibility.
responsibility. I think it was 12. That's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 or
Pretty
I
young.
mean, I'd have to do the
With
math.
Meg? I think
Yeah. So I was,
I was
when was
12
Meg
when
born?
Carol and Cheryl were born. They
yeah,
were
because
born
I was
on my
15.
12th birthday.
Right,
So,
right.
so Meg is younger than Carol and Cheryl, right?
Okay.
No, Meg's older.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carol and Cheryl were 72.
Meg is
So
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't remember any
12.
of that. That's why she had to be here.
Yeah.
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 That's why I have a pen and paper.
Yeah. So that means I was thinking,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking last night, what are we gonna do here? And this story popped in my head. I was
Okay.
like, okay, I'll have to tell that one. And I was thinking I was about 10 at the time, but maybe I was a little younger. We were in your car. What kind of car?
Falcon.
The Falcon.
Remember
Oh
your
my
blue
God.
You remember
Falcon?
Falcon.
Yes, I do.
I'm riding with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Brian and Bradley are in the backseat with me. Matthew is back there, standing on the hump between the seats, and I'm holding on to him, trying to keep him from falling. 'cause
This
he's
was
going.
before car seat.
Yeah,
or seatbelt.
before seatbelt.
Yeah.
And Matthew's,
Yeah.
No, they weren't even in the
yeah,
car.
I was his courtesy.
No, nothing.
No crime.
Nothing.
No seatbelts. no-
But he's jumping up and down and he's all excited. He's standing there and he's holding on. He said, Papa the veal, Daddy. Papa the veal. Do you remember?
He loved, yeah. when he
Papa
did
the
it on
veal,
his-
Daddy.
his
I'll
little-
never forget it.
Right,
I can
yeah.
hear him. It like echoed in my head all
That
night.
was his.
Papa the
Yeah.
veal, Daddy. And I was like, and I was thinking must have been about 10. I don't think Meg was born. You might have been pregnant.
Maybe.
I think you were pregnant.
Yeah. So Uncle Stash was driving?
Yes, Uncle Stash was driving.
Well,
You were in
we're
the
the
passenger seat.
We were probably going to Northfield to visit Grandma.
Maybe, I don't know.
Papa the veal.
Papa the veal. Because the
Yeah.
boys,
That's
Brian
how
and
we
Bradley
said it.
just started popping
They were
wheelies
On their bikes.
With a big thing.
And
Yes,
and that's
for
what
the
he'd
kids.
say.
Yeah.
When they were riding their bikes, he'd be all like, Papa the veal, Brian. But then in the car, he's hopping in. Uncle Stash is like, okay, get ready. I'm like, he's really gonna pop him.
That's fun.
That was good. I said, you should tell that one.
Weird.
It's a
His
good.
voice just echoing in my head last night. It was so weird.
So you guys, those nights are Cleveland.
And
You
that's
lived
after
in
Cleveland.
Indiana.
On Indiana Avenue.
Yeah.
And you guys were north.
Well,
No, we
when
were in Cleveland.
Indiana came before Garfield Heights, I think when you knew Meg was coming, you moved from Indiana Avenue to get into a bigger house. That's how I
Yeah,
remember it,
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, I was
I think you were
From my
pregnant with Meg when you
perspective,
moved
yeah.
to-
Because we
Uh,
were talking about the house on Indiana that, the neighbors. There
Peggy
was
right
Mayor
across the
Peters
street.
and Peg and Mike Callahan across the street and
That was such a cool house.
Big
Peg
Chuck,
Heights.
Big Chuck,
Yeah, I
Big
love
Chuck
that.
and Houlihan lived on that street and
Okay.
that's my claim to fame. I babysat
His
for
mother
Big
and
Chuck.
his sister lived on that.
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
That's
So
super awesome.
Big Chuck.
Well, he
They-
was like 1980 in Cleveland.
Yeah, you'd have to look up vintage TV programs or whatever.
Big
they
Chuck
were-
and Little John, they hosted like a movie, like a Saturday night movie.
Like late at night. Yes, and it was like they were actually cameramen that started horsing around, and somebody said this would be really fun late at night, so they would do these crazy skits or whatever.
Yeah, during the
Shadowski.
Shadowski, yeah, it was definitely a kind of
His mother
that
was
neighborhood.
Marie Shadowski. His sister was Marianne Shadowski, who had a couple of sons that played with
right,
Brian and
right.
Brad. These guys probably played with them too.
But then when you did move to Garfield, we lived in Cleveland, like one of the last streets that was still part of Cleveland,
Right.
was
Yeah, Bancroft, and then the next
Bancroft.
one was
And then-
Garfield Boulevard.
No, it was Grand Division, wasn't it? Or was that the other way?
Oh no, Grand and then
Grand
Garfield
Division
Boulevard.
divided Garfield from Cleveland. That's why it was.
I had to walk all the way down.
He lived in Garfield Heights.
Yeah,
They lived
yeah.
in Cleveland.
But we could ride on. You walked, and we did walk a lot. But I rode my bike a lot.
We rode our
too.
bike. We used to sneak past at Carol's house. Remember Elemental P?
Yeah, we found
because
it.
we weren't supposed to go there, but it was at the end. Carol's house was a dead end street on her street, and at the end of it, if you went down the hill and we went to Elemental P. That was our secret.
That was our
name.
code word for the
Because it
secret.
had trees and grass.
No, our mom thought we were at Aunt Carol's house.
It was
but
actually-
we were.
I know. Actually, we started just sneaking by, so and Carol wouldn't see us either. We didn't know how else to get there. We discovered it.
Right.
Atlantic.
Yeah,
So, but then,
Area.
well,
Yeah.
that was the entrance.
that was
Then
our
you got in
code.
there,
That was
opened
our
up.
code.
And then we went to
Mhm,
them
okay.
waterfalls, which we realized later. There were the waterfalls you could see from
Canal Road.
Warner Road.
Warner
yeah,
Road
Canal,
that turned
when you
into
came-
Canal Road.
when you turned off Canal and
Well, it
came up
wasn't
Warner
really a
Hill.
waterfall. It was like some kind of
It was a huge
factory.
waterfall.
Yeah, but it was like
Hey, it was waterfalling.
yeah, it was. It was.
Let's
But
say-
we thought we discovered paradise.
Oh my God.
You know,
There was trees. There was a creek. Somebody even had a rope out over the creek.
Yeah, yeah.
We got
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
trouble there. We lived in Cleveland, so all this green
That
was
like
new to us.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And
Good time.
we would ride our bikes all day to get there and try to keep the
It
gnome.
really was a
Diane,
day when you think about
That's
it.
why we named it Elemental P, so Diane wouldn't know where we were
Yeah,
going.
because she couldn't spell. Yeah.
She was always, I want to go. No, you're too little.
Yeah.
I am not. I'll tell. I'm too big. And then it's like, come on, wash dishes. No, I'm too little.
Well, I'm the oldest and Donna is
There is
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
And 3 months between all of us.
Is there?
There's Deb, and then there's 2 months, 3 years later, it's me, and then 2 months, 3 years
Yeah,
later.
British, she knows all the
Dina,
details. I
Diane.
remember.
Dina, Diane,
Yeah.
twins.
Yeah,
Right, but then there's some time before Bob, because that's
mom remarried.
mom divorced. and-
Right, so.
We lived alone a while.
Yeah.
And Bob was born in 68, so I was 11.
So it was like a new family started
Yeah, it
again.
was.
Yeah.
So it's you four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes. Debbie, Donna, Dean, Diane. Yeah.
we're the Joneses.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we
Joe
were,
was their dad.
our, when we got to school, you know, after we got elementary and junior high, we were the Jones girls, you know, the three of us.
AKA the butt sister.
Yeah.
Honestly, so that's a whole different thing, like.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
earlier. Earlier.
And then you guys got step siblings?
Yes, yes.
Haps.
Half. They weren't step, they were half. They were half. They
Well,
had
Loopy
to-
was step.
Yeah.
Okay, finish the kids.
Okay, Lowell was actually the oldest. Loopy.
Not by much, 7 months, I think he was older. than
Yeah,
me.
he's September
Right,
13th, you're
right.
March.
And he got into the family,
Mom married Jim,
okay.
and Jim was, or Lowell was Jim's son.
And we called him Loopy.
That was born while he was in the service.
Mm.
And so
I think-
Loopy's, if I'm not mistaken, Loopy's mom bailed like the second he was born and left Jim with
Dad.
Jim,
Yeah.
dad with Loopy. And he was in the Navy, so he had
Oh, he
to,
did. They take him home to his
Yes,
mother.
Yeah, he
His
was
mother,
raised by his
yeah.
grandma. Yeah.
yeah, Grandma Coon raised him then till he was too much of a handful for her, and she put him in Parmandale. When Mom and Dad got married,
Okay.
when Mom and Dad got married, Jim said, leave him there. He was a handful.
Yeah.
And
For
Mom was
that
like,
day and
no,
age. For that
we're
day
not
and
having
age.
my 4 kids
Yeah,
here and
right.
not have yours. So they got him out of Parmandale because he went there because Grandma couldn't handle him.
Mm. He was.
His
in
grandma.
trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was like,
Bad boy.
Well, and then it was our grandpa. It was Grandpa Gigi gave him the nickname Loopy because he said he was always looking for a loophole. You know, he was
yeah.
he
It
had
started with loophole.
yeah.
Called him loophole, and it over time got shortened to Loopy or Loop. I still call him Loopy.
But he was just more
It's just
more
like him.
street savvy than we were, you know, with the way he was raised. We were just dumb little Catholic kids or something, you know, the innocent or whatever. But yeah, that was, and then we had Mom remarried Jim and had Bobby,
Yeah.
and then the next set of twins, you know, were
Yeah.
were
Bobby
Cheryl
was
and
born in
Carol.
68, and Carol and Cheryl were born in 71.
Yeah, so I was
Massachusetts.
yes,
Yes.
from 2 different marriages. So yeah, and I'll just, you know, there's things she used to say about having 8 kids, and you know, people thought
Yeah.
that she was some kind of, you know, whatever.
Like I think I've
But
had sex
see-
5 times and I've got 8 kids.
See, I wasn't gonna go there.
Well, that's okay.
I know.
She
'Cause
would
she did. I would tell people.
She said it all the
I
time.
know. I used to tell people if you knew my mom, it, you know, it was.
She was
it
like, it's not fair.
yeah. Anyways, but then we just grew up in a household with 8 kids, you know, and we make jokes about how I started washing dishes when I was 7, you know.
And I started at the same time.
Yeah, so
Five,
it was
stood on a
5.
chair.
Yeah, she was
Stood on a
5.
chair.
Yeah,
To
Yeah.
dry dishes. That washed, I dried.
yeah, and there was well,
When
but-
she started, it was both of us. Deb and Donna. Deb and
yeah.
Donna.
And then it was you didn't just wash the dishes. You
Oh.
had to you first you had to clear the table, and then you had to carry them all in the kitchen and scrape them.
Then you
And
had
there was not
then you had to
well,
put the runners back on the table, the flowers, the
yeah,
candles.
polish the wooden table,
And
vacuum the
vacuum under it.
floor.
Nights that you had to do.
No, it
No,
was me and Deb.
no, it was it. We were it. We were it.
Okay.
We were it.
Mom, after dinner, Mom always got up and played piano while we washed dishes. It was
Right.
right there in the dining room.
Yeah.
And they sang songs.
Oh,
Yeah.
she played
Right.
piano.
Yeah.
Sing some of the
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd sing. If she wasn't playing, we'd be singing.
was an
other
ex-
songs.
Yeah, she really was. She really
Very
was.
good.
We talked about that. the
Yeah,
last-
yeah. But then doing dishes, we got older, and Donna, I'd be washing dishes and
Oh, she was so mean.
putting the stuff in the dish drainer.
'Cause I
And she
dropped-
would go, I have to go to the bathroom. So, and then
As
she'd
soon as I
wait.
got the
So when she'd come down, they were all dry, and all she had to do is put away. So I'd pour cold water all
and I
over
the
the dishes.
We're doing dishes for 11 people. Okay, every day.
Wasn't 11.
It was 2 when Uncle
Oh
Levi
yeah, it
was.
was.
but
It was. It was.
Then I used the top shelf, so half the dishes were just sitting.
Yeah.
It was planned all the time. I would clear the table because that was my job. That was the dryer's job, is to scrape all the plates and clear the table while she arranged the
And your
kitchen.
mother was Mrs. Clean.
Oh,
And I'd get them all in there for her, and then I gotta go to the bathroom. So when I'd come down, they'd be dripped. Because it was really hard. I only got to use 1 dish towel. Bring it up. And I'm trying to still dry dishes. When she's pouring cold water, I'm like, this rag would be stuck. And it's like, I can't keep taking out towels.
Yeah. So it's like she's doing it again. She's waiting until she comes down here,
I
and all
thought
she has to do is put them away.
it was the meanest thing.
It was
ever.
mean. It was really mean.
And you don't know what it's like to dry dishes with a wet towel. And you can't put wet dishes away.
And then it makes me think of like when you have, there's 8 kids, you ate what was on your plate and
Yeah.
you were not excused from the table until it was clean. And I can remember like I could not choke down a lima bean if my life was done. So I would
don't know
first
what
I'd
you-
put a little gravy from the potatoes on there, and then that didn't work. So I would put some ketchup on them, to try to. She would stuff them all in her mouth and go to the bathroom.
I
And
got real
then,
good at the bathroom.
so I can
I gotta
remember,
go to the bathroom.
and then I can remember,
I've
like,
been trying to puke on the way up
Yeah.
there. It's in my mouth.
yeah, and it was all the way upstairs. And then here's me, it's like 11:30 at night, and I've got tears running down my face because I can't go to bed until I
We're
eat
not-
these live.
We're allowed to leave it on the table for a while, go do dishes, but then you had to come back and sit there.
I can't even look at them.
I would have a napkin in my lap.
Yeah, we didn't have, well, we probably did, yeah,
We did after Jim moved in.
yeah,
Yeah.
Remember when I had that little puppy, Smokey?
yeah.
I loved him so much.
Didn't remember
He
when
was
you
so
ate
cute. And then he ate
a pan of fudge?
peanut butter fudge.
Yeah. He
She
was
made
so
peanut butter
sick.
fudge and it was messed up. It was not good.
Right,
And it didn't get ate.
so
And we
it's
went
had
to
a
bed
coffee
and there was
table.
a plate on the coffee table. And my poor little puppy ate the whole plate and threw up and puked and pooped all over the house. And Mom got up at 5:30 in the morning to go to, she worked at
Hugo Chemical.
Hugo Chemical. And early in the morning. And she
Yeah,
just
yeah.
walked in, step and puke, step and poop, step and puke. She went off. Well, I came home from school that day and Smokey was gone. He was just gone. He was the cutest little thing. I have a picture with him.
God, he disappeared after
Oh,
that.
no, he went,
Because then Charlie came in.
he went to live in the farm in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
It was called Hugo Chemical,
Hugo
which is
Chemical.
where
She
she
was the
met.
secretary.
That's where she met.
That's where she met Jim.
Yeah, yeah,
They
Yeah.
actually hired me a couple times. That was.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's when I met your father.
And I don't think that was a safe place either. Remember, like the soles of her shoes would like dissolve from like the chemicals on the floor. I mean, there was no EPA or any of that stuff right now. And she would, no, everybody, they'd get dressed up for work, and
I
it
don't know,
was
she was
like,
the secretary.
early 60s. So everything was like Jackie Onassis kind of, heels and dresses or whatever. And the bottoms of soles of her shoes would dissolve from the chemicals that you walked through. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It was down in the flats. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
could see the smoke coming up.
yeah. Yeah, that's probably not there anymore. No. We were talking about a story about Jim, flash forward, Mom's already passed. Dad's, he's getting sick. He's already been.
He was really sick.
Yeah. He had been.
That was when you guys called me back from Kentucky.
Yeah.
because he wouldn't let nobody else take care of
Right.
him.
So the first time they found cancer on his forehead, so they cut it out. Remember that? They cut the patch out that was on his head. And then he was okay for I guess for a couple years. I don't remember the time frame because Cheryl really took care of him more,
And that
whatever.
was when he quit
Because
smoking.
Carol was gone, Mom was gone by then. But anyways, so then his cancer came back and he was getting sick on top of it, and they did some kind of surgery on his
They
nose.
removed his nose.
They
That's where the
removed his
cancer was.
nose. No, but then they used that skin. They tried to grab the skin where they had already cut the
It was
cancer out
that-
once
They,
on his nose. So
Months after that.
yeah, he didn't have his, and then he was cool with it. I mean, it scared the kids, but he was really mad because he didn't have a way to keep his glasses on his face, and he loved to read. So yeah, it was really, that was like the only thing he complained about, whatever. So he was at home for a while. I guess he was before was he in that apartment when we
he
were
was in a
out?
trailer.
Yeah, I thought
No, he was in the apartment. when-
right, like
with the story
assisted
you're talking
living
about.
or
It
something.
was at a Good Shepherd at the village.
Yeah. So he's got oxygen tubes everywhere, so because it was just like a 1-bedroom house or whatever. And we were trying to take care of him. He wouldn't let any aides take care of him or nurses do it. And,
No, we wouldn't.
well,
But,
yeah,
I mean, between me, Diane,
Right.
I mean,
right. But he didn't want any strangers. That's
No.
what, he wouldn't let anybody they
no,
sent
yeah,
to him or
so
whatever.
Diane needed to pay.
Right, right. So Donna's trying to give me a lesson, like how to
I
help
finally
him.
got him comfortable.
Right, right. And you were
I'm
so
like
good.
that. It's this thing.
Yeah, because it's like, it's your stepdad, and they're trying to give him a shower, whatever.
Like I
but-
could just quick wash your elbow. And it's
Right,
easy.
right. But she's trying to teach me, and I'm trying to get past the trauma of, this is dad, we're doing this shower. They were used to it, I've been a cook all my life because I was like beyond my scope or whatever. But anyways, she's talking to me while she's, showing me, start whatever. And then he starts tapping her on the back. And she goes, I know, Dad, I know, we're almost done or whatever, And pretty soon he's doing it a little harder. And she goes, what are you telling me? I'm doing a great job. And then he like grunted or something. I don't even remember. I was standing on like his air hoses while she was teaching. So we didn't notice he was turning blue, or whatever. So he was
He's
mad.
going.
He was real.
Trying to show me.
And we were trying to get
What that?
so
Like, get her off my hose.
And they were everywhere. It was hard not to stand on them, and I wasn't used
I
to
know.
it. But we were trying to get him ready because his sister and brother-in-law were coming to visit him, and he
At Rose.
laughed about it later, but he was really mad.
At Rosie.
And it's been a great story ever
Bill,
since. I was like,
Bill.
this is why I'm in a kitchen, and I never went into health, whatever. But yeah, that was, and then when he did pass, I just loved, is it Michelle at the Madison? Because she was like, what are we gonna do about this?
Right.
And she goes, I'm gonna build him a nose. So there was
a picture.
yes, she wanted a picture, and she built him a nose, so that so good. But it was scary for the kids when he didn't have
Yeah, Rachel was just little. Then
and he couldn't read. I think he tried magnifying glass. He was reading with
that was-
magnifying glass.
oh, wasn't she the youngest, Rachel? Before
Probably.
he died, I don't think
Probably.
Matt was even born
Yeah.
before he died.
You said you came home from Kentucky. Did you live in Kentucky?
No, I had taken my first vacation ever and went and stayed with my friend Peg. I was supposed to be there for like a month. I don't know. I rode a bus all the way down there. I was there like 2 days, and my phone was just blowing up. Everybody's calling. You gotta come home. Dad won't let anybody do anything with him. That's all he has to say.
Right.
Where's Don? Where's Don? And Cheryl's like, I'm here to help you today. Go get Don. Where's Don? I'm like, all right. I had to get back on a bus. It was like I cut my vacation short, like
You're
3.5
such a good
weeks.
girl.
He knew you had experience. He knew
Right.
you could.
Yeah.
Yes.
She took care of
In
it.
your prime, I mean, that was when you.
And it took a while to be able to take him in the shower and him not feel self-conscious.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, Dad, this
That's
is what I
okay.
do.
yeah.
I mean, I could wash your arm just as soon as I could wash it anywhere. It's just a body. It's
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? It's
but he trusted that
Yeah.
you got him
But
to
I,
do that,
and,
so.
and a lot of people in the nursing homes told me that was like my gift. I made people comfortable.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, you did.
because I could talk. No,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Keep their mind off it. I don't know. But it
No,
worked.
you
with
guys can't talk at all.
that. But yeah, no, that's
This may be a long podcast.
Well,
That's okay.
That's why my mom's age matched up to Carole, and.
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, they
They
were,
put this whole family.
yeah,
Mom's-
they were
mom's
they were
second
that
family.
group, that age group, they, you know, the.
Yeah, they were younger. They were.
Yeah.
Right? Those ages still a little far.
They were
We
younger.
spent a lot of time
Brian is
together.
exactly
you know?
1 year younger than Dean and Diane. He was born on their birthday, their first
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
had their gifts
exactly
in the car.
to the
and
day.
go to the hospital.
Yeah, well,
I said,
when
"They have to have their presents."
we were in the middle of your birthday party, when mom went into labor with Cheryl and
No,
Carol.
we woke up that morning. You guys had a surprise party for me.
Oh, was it a surprise?
It was supposed to be
Yeah.
a surprise. And mom went in. We woke up. I could smell bacon all the way from to the attic. Grandma
That's what they said.
Grandma Novak was in the kitchen
Oh,
cooking, and it's like, it's my birthday. I didn't have to make my bed. I was so excited. You didn't have to do anything you didn't want to do on your birthday. I never made my bed. on
yeah,
my
that was a
birthday.
big deal.
Well, yeah.
I distinctly remember not making my bed and going downstairs.
And smelling
And
bacon.
Grandma, which I mean, we start calling her Grandma Gigi because my kids, or you know, all of our kids, but our grandma was in there. I'm like, what's going on? She says, your mom had babies. She had 2 girls, so they were born when we woke up.
Right.
And I was so excited. I had to go tell the whole neighborhood. And I was at Cindy Cool's house.
Right.
And told them mom had twin girls, which we didn't know.
Then
what she was
before
gonna have. We didn't have
yeah.
ultrasounds. You know, mom had 2 girls, da da da. And they're like, appropriately, you know, and on. But then as I'm leaving, Cindy said, I'll see you later at your birthday party. That was the first hint I had that I was having a birthday
Okay.
party. Or
So I did the birthday
you did
party.
the birthday party.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, mom, yeah, we had it outside on that picnic
yeah,
table.
under the grapevine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good story.
was
Speaking
so
of the
fun.
grapevines, remember in the wintertime when like Dean and Diane were probably in the house. I just remember you and I outside all bundled up.
Diving off the picnic table.
And that we had this beautiful grapevine that sort of covered half of the yard.
There was a lot of jelly came out of this.
I know, and
And
it was,
wine.
when you think about
Grandma
it,
Gigi
you
made
know,
wine.
it had at the end of the garage there was a chicken coop, so it was like an
Our
Italian
playhouse.
Polish neighborhood. So we turned that chicken coop was our playhouse. It was an awesome place to
Schoolhouse.
grow up. Yeah.
Firehouse.
But anyways,
Hospital.
the grapevines, all
Whatever we were playing
the leaves and everything would die off for the winter. And you know, we talk about winters back then. They're, you know, they don't really understand what.
No, not especially when you're right there in Lake Erie.
The storm of 78, is that the bad one? Well, I just remember one winter, I don't remember what year it was, but the snow had drifted
Oh, it was so
like
hot.
somehow around the picnic table.
Came right up.
Yeah, and we decided to do swan dives into
We
the
missed-
snow
Well,
drift.
asking you
We
to
were
do
missing
Yeah.
summer.
So I don't know if I, but you always went first. You were way more brave than I.
I would do
So
it.
she's swan
It
dived
built
up
it,
like
it
she's
did,
going.
you gotta
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, it was
He
huge.
built it for like 16 people. It was
Yeah.
huge.
She came company.
Yeah,
He built it there. It never moved.
It was good.
right. So
We would
I-
run the length of that
yeah,
table.
but I think you went first because you were always braver than
And I'm a
I.
better diver.
And you were a better diver,
Yeah.
diving Donna.
I know you.
So she does.
I know you got
I mean,
to
she does a perfect swan dive. Yeah.
I know in snow you're gonna have
Yeah.
to dive shallow.
Yeah,
You know, you kind of slid into it.
yeah. So she did her swan dive. Her face and her shoulders went in the snow, and her
It's
legs.
Diane.
Oh, that was.
Mine went perfect.
Oh, see,
And then
that's
you
why
went.
you have to be
You
here. I
did
don't
fine.
remember
And
how
then
these
Diane
go.
came up and did a complete what? Back at your
Yeah.
center, goes,
Like her legs, like
breathe.
she was
It
like,
was terrible.
yeah, it was scary. And we were like, don't tell
5
mom, don't tell
5
mom.
minutes ago.
By the time you bring the other sister out.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot she was.
Bring her out. She
I-
followed us
I thought-
everywhere.
And then
This is why we told her no.
And then during the
Cause she tries to do a nice deep dive.
yeah.
It's just shallow. I like shallow, Diane. You gotta slide along that snow.
Oh my gosh, but we
Go
had to
into it,
entertain
you know.
ourselves.
Out as far as you
I
can.
mean, it didn't matter what the weather was. The kids had to be out of the house for a while. It didn't matter what was happening. But that yard also reminded me, we'd go to camping at Arrowhead, which is out here at West Salem. We thought we were on the edge of the earth.
Yeah.
You know, we would come from Cleveland to West Salem to camp.
That was
So-
for a lot of good years
Yeah.
there.
Woman
Yeah.
buggies, oh my gosh.
Yes.
We were like
And
a-
horse, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a privately owned, somebody grandpa knew
It's
or
still
something.
there.
It is still there. It's
It's
called
Smoky
something
Haven
now.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
We had our
pop-up
first,
campers.
first weekend of summer and we set up, I mean, grandma had one
They
and
have
Carol had
stay
one.
right there.
We had
Whole
one, we
summer.
set them up together and they stayed there.
Outhouses.
We usually went on the first weekend we were off school and stayed a week straight. The second weekend, Dad would go back. Well, or we all would go
Yeah.
back. But then we'd come back every
Sometimes,
Friday
yeah,
night.
the
or
guys
Sunday
would go to
night.
work and we'd stay.
Yeah.
for the-
And that was so
Bring it
much
back.
work for you guys. I
I
mean, to
know.
be a mom with 7 kids in a campground
Yeah.
for
You
you,
guys,
that
we
is
were
stretch.
right in there with them.
Yeah,
Throat
that's
for
true.
throat.
That's how we learned how to do all that.
I would get so resentful. God, I wish I was a boy.
Yeah.
They're all out there in the lake
Fishing and-
Yeah.
swimming and fishing.
Yeah. We're trying to make
They're hauling
spaghetti over a
water.
fire.
Water on a fire, hauling water and heating it to wash dishes. 2 newborn babies trying to take care. No, you can't go swimming. You got to watch Carol and Cheryl.
Yeah. Do you remember when we saw the snake eat the frog? We
Yes.
watched him
Oh,
eat
yeah.
the, yeah, that was creepy. But one, I don't remember how old I was. Remember the summer I snuck 17 turtles home in a coop?
We all caught
Yeah,
them. I
we
caught a bunch
caught
of them.
all these turtles
Me and you
in the
caught
lake.
most of them.
Yeah. And then we had
Little
this
baby
big
ones.
giant sandbox. They were in a cooler. My mom said we could each have one. We had 17. So so
Little
we
baby turtle.
yeah,
So
the
cute.
smaller the
I
better.
set up a little baby plastic pool. It was Carol Cheryl's.
No,
baby.
it was in the sandbox, remember? Dad had that humongous sandbox for us, and we put the baby pool in the middle, and we built
I
all
knew
these
it was
ramps
something.
for the turtles,
Yeah,
and they had,
this
it
whole
was like turtle
sanctuary.
paradise.
And then we had this big screen. It was from some door or something.
Right, over
We put
it.
on top of it with rocks so they couldn't get out. And we had to go to school. School started.
Right, well, Dean and Diane weren't in school yet.
No, Bob.
Oh, was it
It
Bob?
was Bob.
Okay. Look at her face.
Every
See,
day-
she would just, I'm repeating
I was
myself.
very upset.
So we came home. Well, we only
Today,
had
he
them.
let 2 or 3 more go. He just took them out and go, yeah, I guess, and forget not put them back in.
So like somewhere in Cleveland, there was like
He was
17
only like
turtles.
four.
They're all like-
It was only like 4. So
Yeah, and I mean,
He
we
wanted
lived in a
to-
neighborhood. I was like, the turtles are loose. You know, there's 17 turtles wandering around
It
Cleveland.
was like 2 or
Yeah.
3 every day. You'd come home and there was less.
Yeah.
What's your name?
No, I don't remember if we had names. I had favorite. I remember, you know, the littlest one
tiniest
was
one
my
was one,
favorite.
but-
And to catch it, I had leeches all over my legs when I came out of the water. Yeah, because they were in the sandbox by then, you know,
Plus,
the-
we were getting mad because there's only 14 turtles left. Bob, what happened to the other 3 turtles?
Oh no,
Oh,
I just
no.
need some duds. He loved
Give me
milk
some
duds.
duds.
And you call them duds. I'll go to the
Some
store and get
duds.
some duds.
People that like
Milk duds, yeah. Yeah.
You want anything? Give me some duds. What's that?
He was he was in his own little realm of things or whatever, but by the time he was growing up, I was like a teenager, you know, a preteen or whatever, and I couldn't go anywhere without him. He was like my chaperone.
Yeah.
gravitate towards one of you guys.
Well, I think we all had, you know, I mean, Bobby was forced on me, you know, because he was my chaperone. They didn't want me wandering, right. But when he was little, I just loved him to death. I think that's when I realized I loved babies, you know.
I hate to say it out loud, but I kind of favored Cheryl.
Yeah.
But I used to pretend she was my kid, and she looked more like me than Carol did. Carol didn't look nothing like it. Carol was actually a sweeter baby.
Yeah.
Really.
Even though it's your little-
Well, and I was 15 when they were born. and
I
you
should have
know,
brought my photo album.
there was already how many of us before? 5 of us before they were
Who,
born.
Carol, Cheryl?
Yeah.
6. What, Luke?
So I mean, I got up to give my mom a break. I was doing like middle of the night feedings and stuff
Well,
at
Dad,
15
well,
years
we
old.
took
Yeah,
turns.
we would take turns.
It's
So,
like you would get up for the 1 o'clock, I would
Right.
get up for the 3
Yeah.
o'clock, Dad would get up for the 5 o'clock.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mom was bedridden, remember?
yeah.
She,
She ended it after.
oh, she had a hard time after Carol and Cheryl were born. She died while they were born,
Mm.
and they brought her back. And that's always the stories she told when she came home, you know, just telling us that's always made me, I'm not a bit afraid to die.
Hmm.
Because she was ready. She was like, if it wasn't for 8 kids at home, 2 newborns, I'd have happily stayed where I was. And I can't wait to go back. So it was like,
I
okay.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
Was that girl? Traumatic birth or difficult?
Well,
It
I
was like a near-death
When-
experience. Is what she-
well,
When
and
Bob
then-
was born, she'd already had 4 of us,
Right.
one set of twins. And her legs got so bad after Dina Diane.
They had-
But with Bob, he was 10 pounds, 10 ounces. He was a big baby. And they said her uterus twisted. She wasn't supposed to have no more kids.
Oh,
And then got pregnant again.
with twins,
With twins.
and then
And
they
were
weighed
big.
they weighed 6 pounds 7 ounces and 7 pounds 6
6 ounces.
ounces. So she had like a 14, right?
Little, yeah, they'll be 3-4 pounds.
And
each.
so she had 14 pounds of baby. You know,
Yeah, and she, no, her,
she came home from the hospital and had to go back.
I could remember her
They were old.
4 or 5
Yeah.
pounds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
4 or 5 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I was too young too.
Yeah, because they were born in June. Cheryl and Carol were born in June for your birthday or
Right.
whatever. We were out of school just before that, and it was like she just sat on the couch and you kind of dusted her
we'd
off
pick up
every
her
once in a
feet,
while.
dust
She
the
couldn't.
coffee table, stuff
No,
like
we're
that.
exaggerating, but she couldn't move.
No,
I mean,
we
she
are
was
not
miserable, just miserable.
She sat down the stairs in the morning,
well, we
stayed
were
down all
close
day,
to-
sat
Right,
back up
right.
at night. We wasn't even supposed to be doing that, so it took months.
Yeah.
It took months. She would stand up, like to go to the bathroom out of her bed. I can remember that one day and just
Blood
hemorrhage,
clots. Yeah.
just hemorrhage, and it's like mom's on her way back to the hospital. You know, and it's like,
Well, we learned how to wash sheets
yeah, and rugs.
and rugs,
Mm.
you know. Okay, that's
Yeah.
morbid. We need to get
Yeah.
some. It is. It is. I was just
She
talking to
was like
somebody
14.
else about that. I can remember
was 14.
Dina Diane must have. I'm trying to think of how or you were too little. We still lived on 57th and Fleet.
54.
54. No, 57th. 54th was Bradley Avenue.
East 54. We lived on
I don't
West
know, I remembered as
54.
57. But
We
I
went to the
I
house.
registered Dina Diane for kindergarten. I was in 6th grade. I can remember being, mom couldn't go, so she said you got to take them and get them signed up for kindergarten or whatever. And I was nervous. It was all grown ups or whatever. So I did. I think some things I grew up pretty quick, as the oldest.
It's still a little bit intergenerational.
Right.
So the caretaking flips.
Right. Right. Especially when there's 8 of us, it was,
I had it work. I mean, she worked full time, and then
yeah,
I mean later she came home, made dinner, and went back to Drapery Outlet,
yeah,
and then came home and made our clothes.
yeah.
Right.
She would,
So
she
till midnight,
made
1 o'clock in the
probably
morning.
80% of our clothes, at night.
She
Yeah,
made me
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Awesome.
She made Deb's wedding dress.
Yeah.
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 All of our school, I remember what was I, 15 or 16 when bell bottoms came in style.
Oh, yeah, we
Hip
had-
hugger bell bottoms.
We had
And
to
my
always
My
do
step
that.
Jim, our stepdad or whatever, worked at the Workwear
Workwear.
Corporation where they made work clothes. So he would get bolts of denim, and she
Different
would,
color denim.
yeah, and she would make these blue jeans. I had the coolest blue jeans in high school. They were like, I don't know, 9 inches below my belly button and 40-inch bells. You could hardly walk on them. And then I embroidered cherries on the back of them, and I got sent home from school. I was like in 9th grade. It's a bad. I was in the transition of dress code when I What grade was I in when we had a protest and a sit-in
was in
because girls
seventh.
weren't even allowed to wear
It
pants
was in seventh.
till I
grade.
was
Oh,
like in 8th or 9th grade,
Oh,
you
when we
know.
went from having to wear dresses.
Yeah, no, they were
think I was
just
in
and
third
girls
grade.
wore dresses. There was, and
I
it was a
think I was-
public school.
I was in third, you would have been in fifth.
Maybe. I don't
We
remember.
were still at Warner.
Yeah, yeah, and it was, that's when all the like it was the '60s, so that everything was being protested. We thought we were cool. We're not wearing dresses anymore.
We decided we'd wear snow pants under our dress. And when you got to school, you had to take the snow pants off.
Which were soaking wet by
It
then.
didn't matter that the school was 32 degrees.
Right.
You had to have a dress on. You're a girl.
Yeah. And then there was the couple years I was a school guard, a
Yeah.
crossing guard, and Donna would be behind me, and she would cut through everybody's backyards to save some mileage. And then, can I tell them she was cutting through somebody's
Go ahead.
backyard in the dead of winter and went through the ice of their swimming pool, and she
That
was,
was Tammy Fisher.
and Tammy
Tammy Fisher were together cutting through this yard. And it was just one house up from us
right.
and across the street. And we're going through the yard, and this woman was mean anyway. But we're going through, and Tammy walks it because the pool's frozen. So
Walks
Tammy
across.
walks out on it and walks across. So I step on it, boom, crack. I'm underwater. Snow boots, winter coat, snow pants. And I mean, and all of a sudden the hole's gone. I just went through. I didn't know what I was underwater. It's a good thing I'm a strong swimmer. Or I'd have died that day. And
Yeah.
yeah, everybody ran. There was a whole crowd of us.
Right.
Everybody ran, but poor Tammy Fisher, my friend, she grabbed a stick. It couldn't have been this big, and she's breaking the ice. And I was across the pool and saw that, like heard it, and saw it stick stabbing. So I swam over that way, and she pulled me out by this little stick. And by the time I got a hold of this stick, and she pulled me to the side of the pool, and I'm climbing out, and the woman come out of the house screaming at me. I'm dripping wet. I mean,
Did you
obviously.
go home or did you come to
I had to
school?
go home.
Yeah.
I went home. Tammy went to school. I mean, I was only one house away from our
Right.
house.
Right.
That was cold. I was
Yeah.
already freezing.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
I
like
mean,
literally,
that could
my hair and stuff was getting
right.
stiff.
Right.
And I walk home and I try to get up them steps in frozen pants, not the back steps. And Mom's on the phone and she goes, Mom goes, oh my stars, and hangs up the phone. And I'm like thinking, oh good. And it was not even morning, it was going back after lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we walked
don't
home
remember
for
the-
lunch
right.
and
Yeah.
walked back, yeah. So it was only
Yeah,
half a
actually,
day.
by the time you
It
walk,
made me go back. Maybe wear Deb's shoes, big old boots, maybe change, dried my hair, and maybe go to school and tell him what happened. Like I had to go tell him. I fell in the pool.
there was, I
I had
remember
boots
being,
on so big trying to walk to school. That's
That was Grandma Novak and Grandpa Novak, my mom and dad, because they didn't mess around.
Oh, no.
right.
Did something wrong.
Yeah, yeah. It was corrected at the
Yeah.
moment. You learned your lesson right then. There
Yeah.
was no.
yeah, no, go to school. Here's a note
Right.
explaining why you're an hour late now.
Right, right.
There's only an hour left of school. Can't I just stay home? I mean, by the time I get back, I'm gonna take off all these Deb's clothes. It's gonna be time to put them back on.
Tammy's probably so-
Yeah.
She wrote me a note telling him why. My stupid daughter walked across the frozen in-ground pool and fell in. Yeah.
I remember another time being a guard and a couple kids ran over and they go,
Oh, I was
your,
only a kid again.
your sister did it again.
She said
Was
they're
it your
doing it
socks?
again.
Did you take your shoes and
My
socks?
shoes, my boots, my socks.
It was like 8 degrees outside and she's barefoot. And I'm
I
like
hate this
petrified. I
place.
cannot leave my post,
My
and
feet,
she,
now I'm crying.
yeah.
I'm sitting in a corner crying because my feet are cold. Deb's like, God, you're so stupid. Pulling my boots and shoes back on. She's like, somebody gets hit by a car, it's your fault.
These are big. Remember the day we were running home? We were racing home for lunch and you slid under that car?
Yeah.
We
It
'cause we
ran
lived,
right over me.
like the way we went home, I don't remember, was it 86th Street or whatever?
Yeah, East 86.
East 86th. But we would leave the school and you'd have to go, it was probably what, 8 blocks, 5 blocks? I don't remember. You would remember better. And we were running,
was
we were
big.
racing. So you would, you'd have sidewalk, then a road, then sidewalk and a road, then sidewalk and a road. Well, a car started coming and I stopped and she tried to stop and had little patent leather shoes on and slid across asphalt and the tire was like this far
I
from
went
her.
under the car.
He
I
was
went
under the car.
I
And
mean,
I
it
mean,
literally-
I mean, 2
Tires
inches
missed
from running her legs over. I was like, we can't
I
tell
remember
mom.
just laying there going, after I was gone. Not
Yeah,
bad.
and those people just drove away.
I know. Oh, God. I slid right, seriously, the car went right over.
I thought for sure it was gonna,
Yes.
yeah, so we had some crazy stories.
Deb's
She's
screaming.
lucky she's still alive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a death wish when I was young. Or something.
we could tell the story of the tunnel, you and your pre-teenage
Oh, I
friends.
don't know
You
if
don't
this
wanna do
family's
that
ready
one.
for that
No.
story.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. It was always something. It was always, I just always didn't know they were in all this trouble a lot of times.
Well, mom
I
didn't
was
either.
so
Mom, we were
nervous.
probably
Yeah.
grown before we told mom half
Yeah.
the stories.
Did you ever
know?
hear my tunnel story?
No.
Do you know how on Bancroft, if you go all the way up Bancroft and you get up to Turney,
And it,
and Turney Tech was there, the
yeah.
state of South, and next to it, there was these big,
They were sewers.
there were sewer pipes, huge sewer pipes. And this is when we got a little bit of age on us. I had to be
Right.
about
They were
13.
above the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they came out like
They
in
came
the
out
ground.
from
It was like
under.
in the
Right.
hill.
It was
It
weird.
was like in a
Right.
hill.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were robbing trains in those days on the way to school. And on the way back. Anyway,
Robbing.
both. Well, it started with hopping. And then
about hopping during last episode.
That was right.
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's where they heard those.
that
stories
is
from.
where I heard.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had stuff. Me, Donna Tomsick, Jerry Woodall,
I know you remember good
and
name.
Ricky. No, it was Ronnie Neely. I liked Ricky, but Ricky didn't know I existed. Ronnie liked me. And we had gone up there. It was kind of like a double date. We're what, 13?
Sneaking out.
And
Yeah.
Tammy and Jerry were like kissing and stuff. And me and Ronnie decided to go explore. They're telling us this is after Matthew died. And these boys lived on the east side of Cleveland over there by Calvary Cemetery, not far. And they're telling me that this tunnel goes all the way through and comes up at Calvary Cemetery. Well, we're drinking some hot beer we weren't supposed to be.
Oh,
Like 14.
14.
Stolen off the train. So I'm like getting tipsy, and they're telling me this comes out in the middle of Calvary Cemetery. Matthew hadn't been gone that long. I get all teary and, sloppy drunk and saying, I want to go see Matthew. And they said, well, this is a shortcut. We can go right through. So we're going through this tunnel so I can go see Matthew. And we go on and through, and you can't, it's pitch black. You go on. So we're feeling the walls all the way to get through there. And I'm leading the way because Ronnie's a scaredy cat. And we had a lighter. Every once in a while we'd light it to see what was going on. We got to the end and there's nothing. I'm like, he's like, there should be a ladder there. We can, and I'm like, I don't feel no ladder. There's something here. And he lights a lighter and there's a body tied to this ladder. And I mean, it's like he drops the lighter. So I'm going, I don't know what it is. There's something here. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I got both hands on it going, I don't know what this is. He lights the lighter and there's like this dead half, just
Oh my
jaw
God.
showing, and he's tied to this ladder. He's
Someone
standing,
killed him.
I guess.
Oh.
We screamed, he drops the lighter, so now we got
Gotta
no
go all
kind
the
of
way
light.
Run
And we're
home through this
screaming,
sludge in
running
the
as fast as, oh my God, and going there, we were so careful. There was cracks. You had to step over this big crack, which I put my foot right in on the way back. And he kept going, and it was terrible. We come out of this thing screaming, Tammy and Jerry jump up, and they're like, what? And we didn't stop. We just kept running and got to the corner of my house, Bancroft and 86th. There's a little house right there with a tree. And we ended up sitting there for hours talking about it. This is when we're telling Tammy and Jerry about what was there. Like, now we felt safe. Anyway, we ended up carving our name in that tree. I checked like 20 years later at Grandpa's funeral. I stopped and it was still there, way up high. Me and
But she didn't leave the house for about 2
Oh,
weeks after that.
no,
I
all we
mean,
did-
skip, no,
all we
no,
did was play with the tiles, making words.
Scrabble.
Scrabble. That was when I went on a Scrabble. Anybody? I don't know. I wouldn't.
I was just about to
Leave
ask
the
about
house.
Turning 10.
No,
Next
turning-
to,
Yeah,
It was
we lived
not
down the
far
road.
from-
Yeah.
It was at our corner, like Bancroft. You had Warner. Well, it was below Warner too.
What was the name of it? There was a real name of it. Was
I
it
don't know.
I don't know.
Garfield
It-
Mental Institute or something.
I thought it was like
There was
Turney
a
Technical Institute or,
I don't know, we
no,
just
that's
called
not
it
right.
No,
That's
it's
not
not
right.
that. It's-
Yeah.
It's like making fun of.
Right,
mentally.
right. But one morning or one afternoon we came home from school and there was someone who had left.
Oh, yeah.
Sunshine
Yeah.
Brook.
There, we can,
No,
no, that was,
we
we,
made fun of it because.
We were going to
it
school.
just
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because and then she was still there when we came home.
Oh,
I had her in the
Sitting
house.
yeah.
around, You knew that they all had some condition. that
Yeah.
was pretty severe.
and we were leaving for school and the lady had wandered into our
And
house.
Kind of.
Yeah,
She
and
walked
mom
in
had her
by
there
our
all day
garage.
waiting for somebody to
Somebody to
figure
come
out
in.
who,
Mom
she was
brought her
still
in
there.
There's
There's probably a lot of stories about that place because it wasn't.
She was in
She
our
in
house.
our-
She was real
It was
confused.
first in
She
our
came in-
garage, and Mom brought. It was cold. It was
Yeah.
the dead of winter.
So she had wandered
Yeah,
off.
there no coat or nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't a good place at that time. They ended up shutting it down.
Right,
But then a lot of those people had to be,
put somewhere,
I don't know what
Yeah,
happened to a lot of
yeah.
them. They were put out on the streets and
yeah,
that was sad.
Was that?
60s,
Yeah.
in the 60s, I would say, because
I
we were,
wonder when they closed it.
yeah,
The name of it.
Well, it was still open for a while because
Called the hospital.
Loopy and Mark used to drive down there,
yeah,
so they were old enough to drive.
yeah,
That was part of it, but then they would sit outside and they had benches and stuff. I
Yeah, they
remember,
were all
we'd go
over.
by and like, you know,
Yeah.
we were all so curious when we
Yeah.
were kids.
Like I
'cause we
said,
knew
Mark and
people there
Loopy
were-
Drove around in the grass. They like went up in there and chased after him and stuff. And would holler shit about points for like
Yeah, it was like almost a joke. We didn't understand. We just
Yeah.
think they were crazy people. That's kind of
Yeah.
how we felt. Yeah. It's
Well,
children.
crazy house.
mhm,
That's why I
Yeah.
started them from.
right,
Right, right.
And
But it was sad. I started realizing that when I got older. We would drive by. It's like, you know,
Try walking by.
I know you kids were.
We
walking
used to
by all
walk
the
by
time.
to go to like up there to Woolworths and
mhm.
Yeah.
up toward you down and the library, the
Yeah,
ice
Garfield,
skating rink.
right.
Closer to you guys.
Yeah.
was it Donna that you said it had Uncle Nephi stories?
Oh my gosh, don't start that. No.
No, I wanted to know about Uncle
All right,
Nephi.
first you gotta explain who Uncle Nephi is.
Okay,
Uncle Nephi.
me?
I don't know. I thought
No.
you wanted to. Uncle Nephi is Grandma's
My
and
mother,
Carol's mom's youngest brother.
brother, the youngest one.
Youngest out
I was
of
gonna
what,
mess that up,
15?
He was in World War II. He was
14, he signed himself up.
No, I said he was the youngest of 15. Did they have 15?
13. I
13?
always thought it was 13 on both sides. Yeah.
I thought one was two more. Was
So your great
Grandma 13 and Grandpa was 14
It
or
was hard to
15?
tell because they lost children when they were born and, you know,
Yeah.
they counted it.
Right,
But I was
right.
always a little confused about it, but I know I had lots of aunts and uncles.
Right.
Your great grandma.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, grandma.
On both sides.
Abbott.
On both sides. Grandma's and Grandpa's all had a ton of kids.
And so that's the bar shootout
Right,
brother.
Uncle
Uncle
Buck. We
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
that story. She's got.
I love Uncle
She-
Buck.
She read all those, there's newspaper articles and everything we have about him. I don't know if I ever showed you guys, so
No.
kind of interesting. I mean, it tells the story from a whole different viewpoint. And what your great grandmother went through when he
Back
got shot,
then,
and
right.
she showed up at her house bleeding. I mean,
Andy was like supporting the family at the time, wasn't he?
But
Well-
newspapers, when it's like confession from the hospital bed or whatever, and the detectives
you
are
can
all
see it
next
in
to
the
Uncle
paper.
Buck, like asking.
It was a sadder story than what we always heard. It was a little different than what we heard. He
I
was
feel like
kind
they
of in
didn't
a-
talk about him in front of us.
In a game.
You know,
He was
the-
kind of in
I
a
never
game.
knew who he
Yeah.
was until
He
our
got-
babysitter. Which one lived with
Leona?
us? Was it Leona that lived
There
in
was
our
two
house?
of them.
with
There was
us?
Dottie and Leona.
One of them,
For
whoever
Dottie,
Yeah.
but
Whoever we
she was
had,
tuna all the
right.
time.
had told us that our uncle was, well, mom was going out. You know, where's she going? She's going to your uncle's funeral. Your uncle died. That was Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck, yeah.
Uncle Nephi came to town because Uncle Buck died. Then mom brought Uncle Nephi home with her. That was
your
the first time we met Uncle Nephi.
Oh my God.
And
Star.
we wake up in the morning
I know where you're going.
and we come down, we come down, well, we slept in the attic. So we come down to the second floor with the rest of the bedrooms, and our babysitter, I think it was Leona,
Yeah.
come out and told us, shh, your uncle's on the couch, be quiet. We were just told our uncle died. We were told that's why mom was gone last night, because our uncle died. She went to the funeral. Now our uncle's on the couch.
And his leg is
So
laying
we
next
all
to
go
him.
sneaking down. Do you remember how those steps
Yes,
were? And they had that
yes.
cutout. So we're on the steps and we're peeking over that cutout to see our dead uncle. And its leg is laying on the floor next to him.
You also had a breakfast school.
And
Yes.
the leg has a sock and shoe on it. And it's laying on the couch next to him. And we're all like freaking out, whispering, saying stuff. And, I'm thinking Leona just went back to bed. And then all of a sudden he hears us. And he opens his eyes, and he's told this story for many years after that. So all I saw was these 4 pair of eyes just get real big and then disappear because we ducked out. We thought he woke up.
Yeah.
The dead guy.
Dead
That guy
uncle.
woke up in our living room.
And he's awake. And pieces are falling off of him. And I couldn't have been what? I had to be 6.
Little,
It
yeah.
was only the 4 of us. then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob wasn't even born. I had to be like 6. Yeah, Deb don't have no more sense to tell us.
I didn't know Uncle
Maybe
Buck
it's
from
not
Uncle
his
Nephi.
name, Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody just says your uncle. Your uncle died. Your uncle's on the couch. Like
That's-
this uncle you never met.
I remember the connect. I remember when you first met him that way too.
Yeah.
Nephi lost his leg in the military.
In
Yes.
World War II.
He wasn't
Well-
even 18 yet. He wasn't even supposed to be signed up
He
yet.
signed himself up because his
Yeah.
mother didn't speak or
Signed
read
himself
English.
up and,
Lied
and,
about his
and
age.
lied about
Yeah.
his age.
Yeah.
No.
No. I don't think it was
16.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he was
18,
16.
but I
My
think
grandma
he-
told me.
He was supposed to
Okay.
be, no, he was
Okay.
supposed to be, you were supposed to be 18. And he lied.
So, and
Why, isn't his wrong birthday on his tombstone because of that? Or at the
he
cemetery?
had a military.
Well, we did get a military.
It's wrong on there, if I'm
Tombstone
not
for him.
mistaken.
He's buried in Homerville Cemetery.
Yeah.
We'll have to go check that out.
So was it like an IED? Do we know what he did in the military?
I know what he did
One of the
after.
guys that got off the boats and went into Guadalcanal and all those other places where they were getting bombarded.
Yeah.
And he was in a foxhole. I remember
Okay.
this story from him, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a foxhole with his close buddy, cause they were just kind of together getting to the beach and got in a foxhole, and a grenade came in and hit, or I don't know if it was a bomb or a grenade, I'm not sure.
I think they could shoot him from
Anyway.
the ship too.
He used to tell this because I argued with him about there is a God many times, and he was kind of, he believed in God at that time. But then this bomb or grenade came in, and his friend was mutilated and died right in front of him, and Uncle Nephi's leg was hit bad, and he said he was crying and asking God to just kill me, you know, finish Me Too, because there was his friend dead and there was
It
him.
was like 18-ish.
Not
Wasn't
yet.
even
It was
Yeah.
18.
he lost his leg before he even.
So
closed up the key.
that's the only time I really prayed to God, and he didn't answer me. I wanted to be dead and he didn't answer me. So from then on, he claimed to be an atheist or agnostic.
There's no
or something.
atheist in a foxhole.
Yeah. So he did manage to survive, yeah, and that's how he met his wife, Aunt Peach, who
And then he started making,
he met her,
Uh,
they moved to Wisconsin, he got involved in,
How old was he when he met Aunt Peach?
well, he was in the hospital recovering from this wound, yeah, from this leg. And she wasn't a nurse, but somehow she was associated with, you know, all the keeping everything organized, you know.
like a
getting these
candy
guys-
striper or whatever.
Yeah, but she ended up then falling in love with him, and then she lived in Wisconsin, so he ended up marrying her in Wisconsin. But he was also involved in Chicago with a doctor who was one of the big
Mhm.
prosthetic representative or doctors in the
They got a peg leg.
service. He didn't have a peg leg, no, he had an artificial leg. He
He
learned
had an artificial,
that
put a
he
sock and
learned-
shoe.
all about how to fit artificial limbs on kids. that
That's
had-
what he,
No, he had a wooden leg.
he had a wood in it.
It had a shoe on it and a foot.
But it had a shoe and a
And it
sock,
fit
and
right on
shaped
his
like a
feet.
leg, you
And
know.
it fit right on his knee, and he had these
But it was
braces that held it up.
Yeah.
And suction, remember the
Which
boy
is
in
what
the-
they
Yeah.
were at the
Yeah.
time.
His finger in to let the air out
Yeah.
when it would get loose.
When it would make that terrible noise when it would, yeah.
When he'd have to push that button to let the air out when it was getting loose.
From Vegas when Uncle Buck died, or where was he?
No,
he lived in
Vegas was way,
Wisconsin
way,
at
way
that
later.
time.
He lived in Vegas.
So then did he become a big part of your life after that first time you met him, or did he go back to?
He went back, he
He ended up
What-
divorcing his wife.
he was,
Aunt Peach?
Yeah.
he made prosthetics
He had 3
for
sons.
kids over there. Yeah, over there, he fitted them and made them, like created
Oh,
them.
he became what they call the prosthetic
And for-
representative.
For what he see, and what he always told me was
The
what
hardest
he'd
thing
seen, the kids,
was
because that was back when they would send kids with bombs,
Yeah.
you know, out to lure soldiers out, and he said the stuff he's seen with the kids, that's why he drank.
yeah.
He-
Well, he
just-
drank because he still was. I don't know. I think there was no peace in him for a long.
That's
Forever.
It's cool that you started making, that's like Tiffany's best friend. She met her future
Right.
husband in college. And
Who also lost
Yeah.
the leg. Yeah.
like, and he started, that's his whole career, he changed his major, everything, and now he makes prosthetics too, it's like,
Yeah.
it's.
So that's.
Yeah, that's
been
what I'm
around
wondering if I did.
Yeah,
And then
that's
for a really long
he
time.
became a really bad alcoholic, and that's when,
He
he would come stay.
He
needed
left his
somebody to
wife,
take
he got-
care of him.
Yeah, and he
He kind of floated around the
sisters,
family,
and
you know, where he could
It
stay.
sounds like he was a little bit of a, like, Unifi's here.
Yeah.
Unifi.
Yeah, and yet he was so generous, and he
I
loved.
was gonna say, and he
Loved all the girls.
had
and
a
all the-
huge income for
his
that
nieces.
time, you know, having,
For making prosthetics.
no,
Oh,
from
just
the
from-
military,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
you know, for the
Always had
disability, for losing, I mean, yeah,
And that didn't help any with his drinking, because he always had money to drink. But he was very generous with us, with his money. He would
Yeah.
taking us to Vegas, taking me and Grandma to
He
Vegas.
moved to Vegas.
friggin',
That was only about 5
Taking
years
out
before he
for-
died, I think. We
Yeah.
went to Vegas.
He
I think he went there to do
he
that.
went
Yeah,
there to
yeah.
die.
In a way he
He
did.
he didn't wanna die,
Is that
like in front of everybody.
That-
I think that's kind of when it started. Although
I don't know, I have never been there,
I
so.
think my mom went to Vegas a long time.
Yeah.
with my
Remember she came
grandpa.
home with
Her
calluses,
blisters,
blisters.
pulling this up.
Because they didn't have,
Yeah,
they did have buttons then, they had cool. But she did, she came home with her hand, Liz.
yeah. She went with my dad.
It was like the most fun she ever had,
Yeah.
you know,
She loved it.
yeah.
Till they went to Hawaii.
That she went with Aunt Rachel and Aunt Bertie to
Yeah.
Hawaii. It was just girls that went to
Yeah.
Hawaii. Yeah, so
No,
she
it's
does to
just
travel, yeah. Yeah, they had fun. They had a good time.
Remember Aunt Rachel's 80th birthday when we all went to where we was Aunt Rachel's house, weren't we? The party was somewhere because I ended up taking Grandma down there for that birthday party, and I didn't know where I was going. There was no GPS. There was
Yes, I do.
yes, Ravenna. No, not Ravenna. You're right. It was
Yeah.
Columbus, right out. Oh, was it
Yes,
Gloria?
yes.
But I
Yes,
stayed in the
that's right.
apartment with Grandma and Aunt Bertie and Aunt
Yeah,
Rachel.
Yeah.
It was Aunt Rachel's 80th birthday. Aunt Bertie was younger or older.
They're my age. And
Yeah.
I stayed with.
But
Why not?
we-
Didn't have much.
they had this party, and I mean, you know, our family likes to drink. It was a celebration or whatever. And then I went home with these three older ladies, my grandma
And I
and
stayed
great
with
aunt,
that girl
and you, yeah.
for a week. I
And
don't
the-
remember her name.
Those ladies outdrank every 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old guy in the
We
building,
got-
and then went home and kept drinking in this little apartment
Best
and
of
made
friends.
fried
Yes,
green
she
tomatoes.
did
I'll
that.
never forget it. Like, you know, just trashed, you know.
Me, his 80.
Right.
So.
There, I mean, I guess, you know,
I mean, so that side of the family. This is the
right,
side of the
right.
family.
Yeah, yeah.
But it just seemed to be like if we had a party, there had to be some.
Well, it clearly was
Very
both sides.
similar.
Right.
That was.
Yeah.
But I was astounded, you know, that they like 4 o'clock in the morning, they're frying green tomatoes and they're still drinking beer.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
Aunt
Not-
Rachel and Aunt Bertie,
Yeah.
not my grandma, not my grandma.
Oh, my grandma said that when she had Alzheimer's and we were going. Well, she was living with you, but we were
Yeah.
coming like twice a week and getting her.
Yeah.
Because I think you were still working at St. Stephen.
Part time.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's why it was like twice a week. Me or Deb came and go. And yeah, that's what she told me was it's not fair.
Yeah.
Her sisters smoke like chimneys, drink
And
beer for
drink.
breakfast, whiskey for dinner. I always took care of myself, bold, and my brain breaks. I took her to.
And, oh, did you say Alzheimer's?
Yeah, Alzheimer's. Yeah.
I took her one time.
No,
No.
my mother.
Oh,
My mother.
Yeah.
Rachel, my granddaughter Rachel,
His name
was already born. Yeah, was born, and I had her and Grandma, and went to Gervig's. Rachel was only like 1, so I walk in. Rachel takes off this way. Grandma takes off this way, and it's like, sorry, I got to go after the kid, you know. So I go and get Rachel and go looking for Grandma. Now I'm going down every aisle. It's all the way to the end to the refrigerated section. There she is down there by the eggs, and some woman standing next to her. I go up with, I got Rachel in the cart now, and I'm going up there to just the time to hear her say to this woman, "I've only got half a brain, you know." I was like, oh Lord.
She used to tell people in church, I have no money. They took my wallet. They have my wallet and all my money.
your mom?
Yeah, I mean, it would make you like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
just, she doesn't.
I can remember going one time to pick her up
Because
and
if I
she
had
had
the
her.
wallet, I'd give you all my money.
Right. I went,
Stuff.
yes, she did. Yeah.
Nice gold chains and things.
She was fun. She never really got me, you know
No,
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Me, she did.
did she?
Yeah, it was-
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah.
had her.
That's CN and SZ.
Oh, it looks like
I have
L.
to say that's a really young
Donald
couple.
Trump.
I was like, who's LN? It's not.
I feel like they also.
Carole.
North Carolina, Fort Bragg, but that's our first apartment.
Your mom
Say
probably took her
Yeah.
custody shot on someone she was most comfortable with, like her
Oh,
subconscious.
yeah.
even
Oh,
was
she
Right.
did.
most comfortable
Yeah.
with.
The people trying to take care of her. I mean, I really was doing my best.
Right.
I
Well,
yelled at
just.
all the time.
Oh
She put her pants on backwards.
yeah, I was gonna say I went to
She
go.
came out and
I went to
come on,
pick her up.
Grandma.
She had her bra on the outside of her
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah.
You know the.
She had her bra out, so yeah, she had her shirt on.
Well, and then I took her to Cinnamon Lake to the swimming pool because I was taking the
That
kid.
doorbell, I was with you.
Yeah, but
And that little black girl.
no, but it
Was it
before
black?
both
No,
no,
it
no, it
was
wasn't black.
It wasn't black. It
But
was
when
just
we
a little
got
girl.
there, she didn't want to go swimming because I was going to have her change while we were all changing, and she said no, she didn't want to go. Then she decided she did want to go swimming and started taking all of her clothes off while we were standing by the pool. So she never did end up changing all the way, but there was a lot of kids there. Mac was little. I remember trying to keep an eye on Mac. And there was, what was that slide, maybe 6 or 8 feet tall? off the
Like by
ground.
pool, you remember?
And I was trying to watch Mac, on the edge or whatever, and this kid fell backwards, and I heard his skull hit the concrete.
And Grandma was standing.
Grandma,
there.
that's
It
when
was
she
full
had her
of-
stroke.
Just
That's
like
what
that.
that
That's
was what
it.
happened. That's what
That's
triggered it.
what
Yes. She was
was-
so upset.
I remember I was like,
Yeah. And then we had to keep this
Standing,
little
like,
boy calm.
Give it to that wall.
He ended up
from
being
his kid.
fine. Like, after but they
But
had
it
him in
was
one
hard.
of those body boards and he was screaming until his mother got there or whatever. Yeah. No, he but
might have
it
been
really
she went to
I
the hospital.
always thought that triggered.
Yeah, well, it definitely.
Because then we went home to make dinner. We went home to make
I
dinner.
went
She was,
home.
yeah,
Dad
she was
took
trying to
Grandma.
help me stir something. I was making tacos or something, and she kept missing the pan. And I called
Dad
Donna.
pulls into my drive.
Yeah,
I was outside grilling
yeah.
at the farmhouse. I'm standing out there on the patio, and Dad pulls in and goes, "I don't know what to do. Something's wrong with Grandma." And I turned around, looked at her, and had a whole side of her mouth. I said, "Oh my God, she had a stroke.
I said, "Well, you come with me because I gotta drive."
We got to take
it's
her to
like,
the
yeah.
hospital." I mean,
Then I remember.
oh my God,
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah,
Because Rachel was just a year old, and she was born in 85.
you're good.
yeah.
Mac can do that.
I lost the diamond out of my wedding ring that day. It was weird. There was yeah.
Mine.
And it took me a long time. It's the only diamond I've ever had. And it was a little tiny thing in it. It was gone.
My
No.
mom lost theirs in like a matter of months.
Wow, I didn't
like
know.
a month after Stash died.
Right.
I got up one morning and
Yeah.
the main
Yeah.
diamond is
My
out of
diamond's
Right.
been gone out of mine though for
Well,
decades.
I went, Meg's like,
I still have the
"Look,
ring in my jewelry
you know,
box,
Get it
but-
replaced, you got some money, so we'll just get it
What
replaced.
would it cost?
So we waited a couple weeks, I thought,
Right.
well, maybe they'll show up, and we looked everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody was helping look everywhere. I go to Jared's, we get this other, it was a diamond, but, and it was a natural diamond, which was like $400 or something, but Meg kind of set it all up, she, cause she goes there for her jewelry stuff. So I came home, we went and picked up the ring, I took pictures of it, sent it to the kids, okay, it's at least got a diamond in it. I go sweeping, this is like 2 weeks later, under that cabinet, I was really getting under stuff. This little, what is that, glitter or something?
Oh my gosh.
I called Jared's, I'm like, I found a real diamond. So they switched it out.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
now I'm getting this other diamond plus this one little pendant and one earring I had that was diamond that I couldn't find the other one too. I'm getting another little ring to add to.
Oh.
Yeah, so I will have all these diamonds.
I can't believe you found it.
That is
I know
fast.
that's
I'm
crazy.
sending a picture of it to Brian
Right.
and Megan. They're really tiny when they're not in a setting, because they're on
Yeah.
those props. And I was just like, yeah. So I have my original ring together, and they welded the wedding band, which was so thin.
Right.
That's what my
Yeah,
prongs.
and it's sitting up there because now I don't want to keep it.
Yeah.
My husband's grandmother's.
My mom was playing a Vegas show actually. We went to
Yeah.
Vegas.
Oh.
And she just had it.
It was like 2 weeks after, so the jeweler was like distraught that it had come out. She got hers prepaid or degree.
Very young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that was like
Yeah.
2 weeks after. And that was a lot of money for it to fall out too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
must be a thing in this family.
I don't know, I guess.
Mine, I cleaned my house.
Oh, I don't know.
I had cleaned, dusted, vacuumed everywhere, and sat down. Finally, my house all clean. And I reached up to turn a lamp on because I said I'm living. What's wrong with my ring? And there's no stone in it. It's like,
The worst feeling.
where do I even look? I've just swept and
Yeah.
hopped and vacuumed every inch of this house.
Yeah,
And I did go through the vacuum, but I never found it.
but they're so tiny. I mean, I really thought, oh, the
Yeah.
kids had glitter or something.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, but this time I really got under stuff to clean, do a little more thoroughly. Boom. Oh,
Crazy.
it was weird. So
Um,
there's our diamond stories.
but not to go back to Uncle Dave, but to totally go back to
It's
That's what he tried to say.
Yeah.
Well, my mom-
He was my buddy. I was his designated driver.
You were his right-hand man. Is what
Yeah.
you-
Treasure trove of all Nephi stories, because I only have a few. Like my mom went on a cruise with him and Carole.
They were
Remember
way
that?
too young to be on a cruise
You
with
took
him.
them on a cruise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Promised
Can't
we
believe
wouldn't
it.
drink one of
Right,
the girls.
right.
Yeah, right.
He wouldn't drink,
Right.
and then that night my mom called my grandma from the Playboy Hotel because they missed their first getting on the boat.
Yeah.
And they're at the Playboy Hotel. They're
believe
like,
that.
"Oh, Levi's downstairs drinking." Like me and Carole are just in the room, like chilling. And then they would pass him on the cruise and pretend they did not know Uncle Levi because he had a little bit of liquid on
Right.
his pants.
Right,
So,
right.
Like
Yeah, he was like that.
They
He
had
took me.
accidents.
It was my birthday, and I'd been out all night with my friends. I'm trying to think. I want to say 16,
Okay.
because I was driving,
Mhm.
so it couldn't have been 16. Maybe it wasn't my birthday. He just was there. Anyway, I came home from being out all night with my friends, and he wanted to go somewhere. And I said, "Feed me a steak." He said, "Okay." And we went to, what's that place called up on Ridge?
Brown Derby?
No,
No.
I want to say the Pisano's.
I don't know.
Is there
Well,
such a
that's a
place?
nice restaurant. That's
Yeah, it was a
nice.
nice place. He took
Yeah.
me to a nice restaurant. And we, I went up to the door and let him out because he's got one leg. And he goes in, and I park, and I go in, and we have a nice dinner, except he proceeds to drink like 4 martinis.
Always.
Which, and then
Never
he
took
starts with the waitress. I mean, everything is right. And I'm like, it was fine. He was mad because I tried to order a baked potato, and they said they didn't have any left. I'm like, okay, fries, and he's going off. She wanted a baked potato, and the shit, holler, this and that, and it's
You
like,
only took one martini by then, yeah.
oh my god. So then we leave. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I think I even slipped another $4 on the table. He wouldn't tip the woman because they didn't have baked potatoes. I'm like, what's it got to do with the waitress? And I'm a waitress. I was working, well, I don't know, would that be called a waitress? No, I was
No.
working at Friendly Ice Cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and my first waitressing job. So I leave. I go out and get the car and tell them I'll pick him up. I come back around, and here's this woman in a gown, just a nice place. She's wearing a dress to the ground, holding it up. And I'm like, what the heck? And I pull in, and here's Uncle Levi just standing there peeing. It's just running down right in front of the place. I mean, right by the door. This woman's walking over his stream of pee.
He had no control. It was
No.
bladder. I think maybe it was.
At
part
least
of
he
his-
took it out and didn't go in his
for
pants,
sure.
but it was
He
running
embarrassed
down the
us many
parking lot. It
times.
was like,
Yeah,
crazy Uncle Levi.
yeah.
do you remember when his
Who
leg
was it
fell
last
off when he took
Sunday?
us all out to dinner
No.
down there?
I probably blacked it out.
We still lived in Warner at that
Yeah.
point. I didn't drive. What was that restaurant down there on the hill? Like right above Granger Hill. Nice place. We go in there, the whole family. He took us all out to dinner. Mom, dad, all of us.
It's always
And we,
dinner.
and we go walking in, and again, he gets drunk while we're eating and gets obnoxious. And it's like, okay, we gotta leave. He stands up, his leg farts, falls out. It's hanging out the bottom of his pants. It's like we can't get it back. It's like half out, hanging out of his pants. What do you do? The dad yanks it out of his pants. We had no crutches because he walked in on his pants, on his leg.
Yeah.
So mom and dad got his arm around each other, and they, here, Donna, carry his leg out. And Mom got to this restaurant with this leg, I mean, obviously everybody's looking at you. I carried that leg more than anything. That time his car started on fire, when it was me and him.
Yeah, that was another story.
I was, like I said, his designated driver. Mom made me. I got my license.
Sources designate drive-in catching on fire.
I'm glad he was with me. That's all I can say, because he would have never believed me. Never believed me. because we're driving down the road. I'm barefoot. I was always barefoot in those days. I hated shoes. Hated, not just in those days, like all my life. So I'm driving barefoot, which I know you're not supposed to do, but thank God, it saved our lives. So we're driving down the road and and I'm trying to put on the brake because I'm coming out of red light. Put my foot on the brake and it's like, ow, ow, what the hell? Put my foot on the brake, ow. I look down, I got all these little flames on the top of my foot. I'm going, what the hell? I'm trying to shake my foot. Now I'm like running a red light because my foot's not on the brake because,
It's on fire.
yeah, and I'm like, what the heck? And I pull into a bar, just, I pull off the road because we're on Pearl Road. And I pull into this parking lot and I'm like, ow, and I'm trying to put my foot out. I'm like, something's, and Uncle Stash or Uncle Nephi looks under, he goes, oh my God, get out. And I'm trying to climb under there to see what the hell's going on. He's going, get out of the car. And he like shoves me out. He gets out and we walk in. Ba-boom! Windows bust out, flames everywhere. It was we were barely stepped away from the car. And it's like, Jeja Kanoya. And now my foot's still burning. I can't get it to go out. I'm shaking it, I'm tapping it, and it's like, so we go walk. I did get the flame out, but we go walking into this bar again. I'm barefoot, and the bartender says, "You can't come in here barefoot." And I said, "I have to use your phone to call the fire department. Our car's on fire." They said, "Where?" I said, "Out in the parking lot." Everybody gets up and runs out there because the parking lot's full of cars.
Yeah.
Theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to the phone. I'm like, wait a minute. Uncle Levi, you got a dime? He has to like go behind. He reaches behind the register, like out of the tip jar, gives me a dime out of here. Uncle Levi did. I go and call the fire department. Bar's empty. Because it was back. The phone was back in this little alcove by the bathrooms. So I come back out of there after I called the fire department. And here's Uncle Levi reaching behind the bar. Nobody in the bar. He's pouring himself drinks. Just reach back there, gets a bottle. And I sit down in this bar stool. It's like, I have no interest in this burning car. Everybody's outside. We're sitting in the.
Drinking.
So here, the fire department comes. People start coming back in. And these firemen, so cute. This cute fireman. And like I said, I'm 16. I barely had my license. I got my license so I could drive Uncle Nick.
We got steak and
So I'm 16, thinking I'm hot. This really hot fireman comes in, and he's like, tell me what happened, taking notes or whatever. And Uncle Nephi says she burned her foot. So this guy has my dirty ass foot in his hand, trying to wash it and all this stuff. And I'm like mortified. And I'm walking around city of Cleveland, well, Paramount, barefoot. My foot is just crushed.
okay, that
Yeah, and it's like he's getting wet because he's pouring disinfectant and stuff out of his bird, so this dirt's loosening.
I oddly just had a very, very, very similar experience because I just got in a bad car accident.
Oh, really? Are you
We
okay?
heard about the
Yeah.
semi.
I got hit by a semi
Oh
and
my
then a few
gosh.
other cars, so I was in like a 7-car pilot. I got hit on like all 4 sides. So it
Oh
was
my
rough.
gosh.
I felt like I got like beat up by Mike Tyson, but like nothing broke. Or
Right,
anything like
right.
That. But I was stuck in my car, so this guy pulled me out. But I was also driving barefoot.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one to do that.
So, well, I had like driving slippers on, but they blew off when I got hit by a bunch of cars.
Right,
I was
okay.
barefoot, and this guy.
This is just.
Yeah.
Yeah, June 18th, I had semi. But this guy named Keith, shout out Keith, pulled me out, and I was wearing no shoes. I was barefoot because I was about to put my heels on for work. And so my feet are all cut up from the glass. The cutest EMT I've ever seen in my life. It's like picking glass out of my feet. And like I didn't even shave the tops of my feet.
Oh, okay.
They're all dirty. They're all bloody.
Mine
Sitting
was-
there picking glass out of them. I'm like, this is the worst. This is the worst. I'm
Yeah,
covered
this
in,
guy's
like, duct tape.
washing, putting little bits
Even
of.
the other guy, take her out through the window.
Yeah.
Out of this car.
I did say some profanity, but I saw smoke, So I was same thing. I was like, I don't know.
All the airbags are.
Yeah.
He's talking to me from under the airbag, and I was like, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, so he like ripped the airbag out and pulled me out. He's like, "Where are your shoes?" I go, "I don't care. Don't care right now, honestly.
Don't know, don't care.
So, but then the really cute
And then,
EMTs.
then this guy disappeared. He was like this.
Oh yeah, I said to
Grandpa
the
sent an
EMT
angel.
that I was like, I'm not sure if Keith was an angel or real, and then my dad on FaceTime was like, check her head. Yeah.
I remember a barefoot story with you. You were at a concert, Nelson Ledges, I
Yeah.
think. And yeah, well, this was like back in the day. They were pretty wild. Anyways, I think it took you 2 days to get home. I remember,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I
But
lost my clothes.
Yeah,
so
she was.
I never had.
Not only didn't she have shoes, she had very little else. But anyways,
another guy's shirt on when I
Yeah.
got home.
so anyway, she comes home she's not like you got in trouble, I'm sure, to some degree or whatever.
Always in
Right. So she's walking around for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days or 5 or whatever, and she kept saying her foot hurt. You know, and no, she
Just
was
going to
like
school,
half
but-
limping, kept getting worse or whatever.
And every once in a while, I'd step a certain way, it would hurt bad.
Really
and I'd get
bad.
blood.
So then
It's like
I
could
don't know,
slide
it
on the
was
sidewalk behind.
it was
little
it was
spots.
it was a week, I would say,
It was
maybe.
terrible.
So my mom
This part.
decides to see why her foot hurts. And she goes, "Oh, you got a little piece of glass in there." And Donna goes, "Oh, it's probably from the concert, from I was barefoot or whatever." And she starts pulling this little tip of glass out, and it was shaped like this,
Like
and the deepest part was still in her
She
foot.
pulled this and it just cut my
Like
foot.
Sharp.
Yes, but it was like a triangle shape,
Like maybe that big.
and only the
But
tip
it
was
just-
showing.
It just cut my foot open.
And I was standing there. That's why I had it just laid her foot open.
Laid it
I
out,
mean,
yeah.
I thought mom was
But
gonna
it felt
pass
much
out.
better.
But yeah.
Cut.
But like she'd been walking around on this for
And here
a
it was
week.
like they're looking at it's like a whiskey bottle or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I didn't get infected.
See, card glass just beads up.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to use.
No, this was
I was
just
watching
the way
when my
she
mom pulled that out,
Pulled it out because it just my foot just.
like opened
Like
up
laid
to
it
let
open. I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I do have a high pigtail. Remember that time? No, you weren't there. But I went to Garfield Park, and they had them like waterfalls, and they were all slimy, and we were sliding down them like they were
Mhm.
slide, all the slimy shale rocks. And I got to the bottom and got stopped. Like usually you'd shoot off, and I was too far to the side, and I got down to the end and just stopped. So I just kind of scooched off. Well, there's all these rocks right under the bottom, and apparently people throw bottles in there because I jumped down on this big piece of glass and it just cut the inside of my foot. I mean, and it was laid open. I ended up having to get stitches later, but I wasn't supposed to be at the park.
Oh.
So I walk home with this. I don't tell mom. I go upstairs. I'm just going to fix this. I'm smart enough at 9 to take care of my own open wound that needs stitches.
Scared.
So I grabbed
Yeah.
the peroxide and put my foot up on the toilet and poured it in.
Peroxide was
Oh no, I
gas.
didn't. I grabbed the alcohol. Put my foot over the toilet and poured it on this wide open. And I screamed. I mean, my foot's shaking. I just had I shoved it in the toilet because I was pouring it over the toilet. Mom comes running in because I'm screaming. And she's like, and there I am with my foot in the toilet with a huge cut. That's best place to clean it.
Yeah, you started with the alcohol.
I
Yeah.
went to the toilet. Yeah, it was not smart. She had to take me to the hospital.
This
And I got grounded for the whole summer, I think.
this might be a weird question or like an interesting question, but I feel like if you guys had your siblings and gave them superlatives, like if this sibling was this sibling, and this sibling was the rambunctious one. This
You mean
one
like
was
ornery Donna or
yeah.
in trouble Donna?
Okay, Loopy was criminal.
There was no blood in that relationship.
Diane was hey, I'm closer to Loopy than I am Dean for sure.
That's
These
true.
days.
Yeah.
That's true.
Always
Yeah,
have
this,
been.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got close to all the renegades in the family.
I like it. Do you remember what you? No, I'm not even gonna say it. You might see this fucker. Yeah, he's the criminal. Deb was the.
Goody two shoe. No.
She was the leader, the organizer. She controlled all our games and kept us.
She was in charge.
Yeah, she had the ideas.
I know, and you tell me that
Kept
now,
Mom
I don't really
Kept Mom
remember it
from
that way.
beating us all to death. Deb would keep us
It's
quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, come over here. Let's play this rock game. I got a rock. We can find something to do.
So she,
And we would.
she gave her to survive.
Yes, yes. She created everything. I was just a daredevil.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would
for sure.
do dope. Don't
Daredevil Donna.
You dove off of a bridge.
She dove off the bridge with a sundress on with nothing on underneath it, and then the sundress feet first.
waited for a boat to go by.
Yeah, yeah, her dress
Oh.
came up overhead,
It
and
was,
there's
it was
Donna.
tight right here.
Yeah, so
It
it
was like-
stopped
I
there.
gathered. So it was like all just
Yeah.
from here up was above my head. And this is when I'm older. Danny was with us.
Yeah,
Because I dove. We all stood there.
yes.
There were 10 of us. Stood there holding hands. We're gonna go at once.
And just
1, 2, 3, and only I jumped.
We were coming home from
Okay,
S
this
and
is
PJ.
And they're because they stopped to pick me up at the pool. That's why I went in, took off my wet bathing suit, threw on this sundress,
So
and
you
got in the car.
No time.
So I
to
was
if
in.
you tell Daredevil Donna to jump off a bridge.
We're all gonna jump.
unload.
Nobody jump. Nobody jump. Except Danny right after. I jump in, my dress goes up, and I'm like,
I mean, this was
From
no
both
joke.
sides.
It was 30
Yeah,
or 40 feet in the air. I mean, there was
it's
no.
100, they
Was it?
said.
Oh, was it?
I don't know. That's what they used to say.
Yeah, but we didn't know what
True.
was under the water. You know what I
We
mean?
know you had to go toward the middle.
Yeah, you're from Pennsylvania, coming home from
We had
Pennsylvania.
somebody, Donna Scooby was on the other, because she would,
Yeah,
yeah, we pulled off on a bridge.
I didn't do it. I was like, I already had Jenny. I was like, I can't.
Donna Scooby couldn't swim. Donna Scooby was gonna jump.
Yeah.
So she ran across the street and she was watching for boats.
Right.
She's like, okay, wait, there's a boat coming. So we waited for this boat to go by. Okay, we're gonna jump. Jump. I jump. Nobody jump.
Did you realize as you were jumping, no one was with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a long drop.
I was holding
It was
hands.
a long drop.
We were holding hands. Now I was by myself.
Yeah,
My dress, I can't see nothing. My dress was above my head. It's stuck here. Good thing I had a little waist. And anyway, this boat was full of people. I come up out of the water. They're all screaming and hollering, guys. Danny comes diving off that fucking, jumping off that bridge. It's like, no. Dude, this guy's like getting ready to jump off this boat. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That one guy was like, I think Danny's like, he's in the water. That's my husband. Wasn't my husband yet. But yeah, no, that was crazy. But then Diane ended up jumping, but she ended up jumping too far to the side and she jammed her legs up.
Yeah, she got
hit the
hurt.
bottom.
She got hurt.
But she goes so low. It's like,
It was
what
a
are you
I was
doing?
never hearing about that,
Yeah.
because this was, we got to this.
Grandpa was with us.
place.
Grandpa went with us.
yeah. He was our chaperone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who went. That's we went camping with Grandpa, Mark, Diane,
Yeah.
you,
We were all
Jack,
there.
me,
Yeah, those kids.
Danny.
No,
was
this
just
trip
our
was
kids.
just all the young
Me,
couple.
Danny, Donna, Dean, 2 more, because there was 10 of us. Besides Grandpa. It's Mark, Diane, Deb, Jack, Dean, Donna. They weren't a couple, but
Right. I don't remember.
Diane.
You already said Diane. I don't even know how you remember 10.
I swear there was 10 of us. On
Well, there probably was.
yeah, probably Loopy.
Donna Scooby.
Mark, maybe?
Mark
No,
was
she
there.
said Mark. would
Mark,
do it.
the ones that weren't in couples were Deb, me, Deb and Jack, me and Danny, and there was another couple. Did Dean and Donna go as a couple? She did date him for a minute.
Yeah, maybe.
Donna Stewie was my best friend.
Would you say that Dean and Diane shared, 'cause they were twins, right?
Right.
Would you say they shared a superlative if you had to, or were they opposites as twins?
They were opposites.
Um,
I don't know. It depends on in what
I
way.
think they
Physically,
cared
for
each
sure.
other, but
Right.
Yeah,
They
they,
have some sort of connection as twins.
Right.
yeah.
If their personalities were at home.
I mean,
No,
they
they
got
were
along.
kinda different.
Physically, yeah.
Yeah, they were different personalities.
I don't
Diane was
remember,
always quieter.
yeah,
Dad was always
we
more-
tell like
Okay.
crazy things kids do. I can remember coming home from school. Dean and Diane were real little. They weren't in school yet, and they were eating the welcome mat on the front porch.
That was Dean, not Diane.
They had
Dean
like
ate
a.
rubber all the time.
It was like a
Our
rubber.
plug,
Like
our bathtub plug never went all water. We chewed it to leak.
Ellen used to say, I think they're lacking something. Right?
I was gonna say, so his.
oh, they were both on their hands and knees, both chewing
rubber. I
the
don't-
chewing the rubber welcome mat.
I remember the bathtub plug. I mean, I remember the.
I remember.
But the
Yeah.
bathtub plug, because it would start leaking. He'd get it so far, then it would. It's like the tub wouldn't hold water. We need
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
plug.
Why
And
did
then-
they need to chew on rubber
I
stuff?
don't know. And then that same front porch, I remember you going to reach for the mail
Oh, it
one
knocked out all-
morning,
oh.
and it was pretty
That was
high
early.
up the porch on Bancroft because the houses were big and it had a good
It was on
foundation.
the other side of.
Yeah, and
porch
she
side.
went to reach for the mail and went
No,
face first
actually,
into
you're
the
looking-
concrete.
There was like 3 pennies in the bottom of the mailbox.
Oh, I
I was
thought you-
trying to get.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't have no mail there. We just only moved there like 2 days before.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh my
And
goodness!
it
I
took
knocked,
like
I knocked 8 teeth out. I started kindergarten with a scab this thick on my face. This whole.
Oh, yeah, I
Do you
remember that.
remember?
oh, it was terrible.
I just had this experience. I told Deb about it. Oh,
It took how many years for your front teeth to come in though? Because she had
Right.
jammed her baby teeth up into her mouth and pushed her sickening.
yeah. Where'd they all?
I think,
deposited?
yeah,
Because I had no teeth till like 3rd grade,
yeah.
and I started kindergarten with
No,
this
she
huge
jammed them up into her
jaw,
jaw.
and it hurt, and it would crack if I tried to smile, talk.
But it was like straight onto concrete, like probably 6 or 7 feet onto
I
concrete,
had a
face first.
did an
Yeah.
experience about what was it about a year ago? I told Deb about it. It was so weird because it was so real. I was getting in bed at where I live now. I just said my prayers, got up, and I was getting in bed. And I've showed you how I get in bed. I pile all my pillows, so I'm like climbing over that. Got my leg like half over this pillow mound, and all of a sudden it just strikes me like it's happening, and I'm on my knees next to a bed. Deb's next to me. My face hurts. My face hurts so bad. And it's like, and we're praying. Deb's praying. She's got her hands like this. So I'm watching her to see if I'm doing it right. Trying to pray. And I'm just watching her as we're saying our nightly prayers. And the room was the bedroom on Bancroft that Dean
This
and
is
Bob
a
ended
memory.
up in, right across from Mom and Dad's. Well, Mom's. Dad didn't live there.
Yeah.
Right across from Mom's, that hall. And Deb says that was our bedroom.
Mhm.
We first moved in. Nothing on the walls. It's like a sheet on the window. We just moved in. I must have just hurt my face. And this memory came back like I was living it again. And I'm sitting there, Deb's praying. I'm supposed to be praying, and all I could think was, I don't know if she's gonna I like sleeping facing Deb, but that was the side of my face that hurt. So I couldn't lay on that side, and I'm wondering, will she trade sides with me so I can face her? No, I couldn't. I had to sleep away from her. Facing away from her. But Deb was being
Yeah,
so
for a
sweet to
long
me.
time.
Because you were hurt.
Yeah.
But
And then
to me,
once-
I remembered it so. I mean, it was like living it again. It was really strange. I've never.
And
Never
I
had
started
an experience like that.
into yelling.
That was when we used to get in trouble in that bedroom all the time for playing bridge
And record player.
and record playing.
Oh.
Deb would stretch from the bed to the dresser,
And
hold on to it, and I would climb across her because she's the bridge. And she would fall. We'd make a host
and
racket.
then we get in trouble.
Yeah,
Going to
next
bed an
day-
hour
Next
early.
day we're going to bed at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And like I said, pretty soon it was like we were like we
After
didn't even
school.
get dinner. Yeah, we were in bed watching all the other
That's
kids
what he-
play from the window because we could not go to sleep.
Bridge.
Bridge, we played bridge.
And
Mom
record
played
player,
bridge.
one of us would, one of us
Not
would,
hard.
yeah, one of us would curl up like and pretend we were a record player and hold your finger like this and play a song. You'd have to sing the song.
Well, let's see. Let me get curled up. Go. You gotta understand, we were like 5 and 3.
Yeah.
No,
4, I was 4.
I used
But
to,
that was.
if I was mad at Lit, when I knew she was asleep, I would take the ladder and put it on the ground. So that when she got up, she just fell out.
Do you remember when I broke my arm?
Yeah, because I was supposed to be holding the stool.
Holding the chair, we had the vanity chair
Yeah,
on the bed, and trying to reach the little.
because the cord
light.
had broken.
The cord
so
broke. So we only had this little string on the light. It was for a long way.
You get it all on the chair.
She was watching Mickey Mouse.
I was. I had a beat. No, it was a beanie. What was his name?
I don't
Cecil and Beanie, and we had the beanie with the little propeller on it.
She wouldn't come.
I
on the
didn't
chair
care
for
what
me.
was happening with her.
Got your light on. So I just put it on there and climbed up, and you remember, fell off, broke. I mean, really broke.
Really broke her
Like the
arm.
bone was sticking through the skin. My arm's hanging.
Yeah.
Blood's missing.
No, I was supposed to be holding the
I had a
chair.
cast up to here for like 9 months. And then, a month later, it didn't really hurt anymore. So, Deb, I was mad at her. She wouldn't hold the chair.
Here.
And plus, then I got diarrhea and she wouldn't let me wear her pajamas after I pooped myself 20 times. So, I laid in bed and I would do this thing consciously. I would lay there. in
Oh
bed,
my God! I
pretend to
paid
be
for that
sleeping.
so.
Pretend to be sleeping, then I just turn over, walk her with my cat.
I mean, just block me in the face with this
You're like, "Oh,
15 with this
Sorry, I was just doing
Yes. with this 15-pound cast because they weren't like lightweight modern
No,
boxes.
these were tests.
They were. It was like plaster.
No, it was
white plaster. It weighed 15 pounds, and it
That's it.
smelled real bad
Oh
after
my
a
God, I
while.
was so excited they were gonna get it off. And now for 9 months, I was so excited to get my arm back. I was just talking about this.
Were you?
Well, because Jim's in a cast
Oh,
right now.
yeah.
They took that cast off and I thought I'd die. Cut it off. I mean, it looked like corpse's arm. I mean, it was
Yeah.
skinny and green and shriveled and stunk. And it's like, this is what I've been waiting for.
They let kids keep their cast nowadays because I got mine off and I was like, Mom, please let me keep it. Like, it's gonna stink. so
Yeah.
bad."
There's
I
kittens.
had that thing on for so long.
Well, I figured that was my punishment for not holding that chair because I got clocked about 4
All the
times a
time.
week.
I did it all the time.
Yeah.
I'd be mad at her for something, just pretend like.
And we were little then too, because we still lived in that apartment.
we lived on
Dick was
54th.
still,
We lived
coming
on
in, and,
54th.
it was like that.
And our bedroom was like the dining room.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a curtain. And I got diarrhea real bad that one time. That was
I don't
terrible.
remember that.
That was terrible. Mom brought Dean or Diane's, one of them's, potty chair where they were potty training it for me because she was having a party. Moving my brains out. They're playing cards. Deb's supposed to take care of me. Don't be coming out and use the bathroom. Potty. Oh, and I kept not making it. Deb would call, Mom, she did it again. Mom would come ready to change me, and then I was out of pajamas. So Deb's going, no, she can't wear mine. Mom. And then she was mad at me because I had her pajamas on. So I clocked her
She
again.
clocked me then.
Like, fine, I'll get you back. Look at Uncle Stubbs.
Oh,
That was so
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that was
He was dancing.
that was Cassandra's wedding.
Do you guys have a favorite memory of Aunt Carole and Uncle Stosh?
I have lots of them. I went on vacation with them.
That's right.
Best vacation of my life.
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went for what, a month it seemed like.
Oh, it was a couple weeks, maybe a week.
It seems longer
No,
when
it
you're
was long.
younger.
Went to like 5 different states, camped at different campgrounds. We stayed at some of them 2 or 3 days. It was a long time. It was a long trip.
I just remember DC. Did we go?
We drove into DC from all of them.
Huh.
They were all like, we
He
were in
must have- That
Maryland.
must have been one of his big vacations.
Yeah, because
And I needed
we
that
traveled from
because-
campground. I went
Matthew.
specifically to watch Matthew.
Yeah, he was little.
Because you had Meg.
Baby.
Meg was just a baby, and Matthew was a handful.
Yeah, yeah.
And he liked to go. I was Matthew's
Yeah,
shadow.
Just had to chase him all the time as a runner.
I had
Did you
a,
go on vacation? Or do you have another?
No, I mean, I would go with grandma, grandpa to be
Yeah, I
like
did
Mark's
grandma, grandpa all the
companion,
time.
you know,
Yeah.
so I remember like Put Bay and Niagara Falls,
So
the American
now
side
I
of America.
watch little Lucas and Kennedy, and I just think of you.
Yeah,
When you were
yeah.
the blonde and the little
Yeah.
brunette. I mean, they
Yeah.
just were so cute together.
I remember the one time we were going to Niagara Falls and I had done dishes extra. I did something for Uncle Nephi and he gave me $5 and I had $7 to go to Niagara Falls.
Rich. Yeah.
And I would not let it go. Grandma wanted to put it in her purse, you know. So the whole trip starts off, we have to start out and eat this special perch fish dinner or something where they like to go. And I knew I didn't like fish. I could barely choke down a fish stick, you know. Well, they brought me a fish with a head on it, you know, on a plate. And you know, Grandma, you gotta eat it. I'm gonna wait to that boat. So I'm gagging, you know. I think I just was like so upset. I don't remember finishing it. I ate like the middle of it or whatever. So then we drive all the way to Niagara Falls. She's mad. You know, what is that, like 5 hours or whatever? So, and then there was nothing in Niagara Falls. I remember like a big public bathroom, like a big stone bathroom or whatever. And then you would go look at the falls. That was it. It's nothing like it is now. Or, you know, this was like, I don't know, 60 years ago or something, you know. So I wanted to go to a souvenir shop. She was talking about the souvenir shop. So I wanted that money with me, you know.
That shop.
And I set it down on the floor to go to the bathroom and didn't pick it up. And it was gone when I went back. I realized I didn't have it. I worked so hard for that $7 and she would not you know, it was like, well, you don't have any money now. So I couldn't get any souvenirs. Yep. But I just was at Niagara Falls not too long ago and I was like, this is where that building used to be, you know. Yeah, my $7 is in the foundation somewhere. But anyways.
was in somebody's pocket.
Yeah.
I remember your house on, you know, in Garfield.
85.
Yeah, 85th. Why did that escape me? And Matthew running. The way it was open through the living room, the dining room,
Oh,
the
yeah.
kitchen, round and round. I just chase after him. That was part of my job.
Yeah, we're
Please,
definitely
Matthew.
gonna do a Matthew episode to make
Yeah.
sure that story is
Yeah.
Yeah.
too.
You will.
Some good memories.
Well, there were a lot of good memories. For the short time that he lived, there were a lot of good
It
memories.
sounds like it. Yeah,
Really.
he had his own personality already for me.
He did. He did. I think I told when I was starting to tell a story once in PSR to the confirmation class. I remember I said, "This is the kind of kid he was." I was trying to potty train him. I remember, which was becoming a big problem. And he had big boy pants on, which they're doing with Lucas right now, which I found so endearing. I was there last night for
Oh.
dinner, and you know we're going through this. But I remember, you know, come on, let's go potty, let's go potty. And every time he looked like he was squirming or something, or, you know, but he got mad at me one day. I put him up to bed upstairs. Remember, his room was upstairs. And I come turning right for his nap, because I always needed that nap break. Come walking down the steps, he's right behind me. I don't want a nap, you know, no nap or something. I'm like, you have to take a nap. I went back upstairs with him. And I think I was pregnant with your mother at the time. And I'm like, you know, turn around, the same thing again. And finally I just said, all right, you know. So he was downstairs. Your mom came over with Bobby, and they were best buddies, him and Matthew, you know. And they're playing, and Matthew took a truck or something and just hit Bobby. And I saw him do it. I'm like, what are you doing, you know? And Bobby's crying, your mother's trying to take care of him. I turned around and what to do with this kid, you know? He's just like not conforming here. I turned around and he hit Bobby again. I mean, we just got Bobby calmed down, you know?
Yeah.
And I said, you're gonna go stand in the corner. This is a 2.5-year-old. I tell him, go stand in the corner, you know. And he goes, no. And I literally lifted him up, put him in the corner in the living room. He turned around, he goes, I'm gonna pee my pants. I watched the front of his pants getting wet. I mean, this is a 2.5 year
Yeah,
old,
yeah,
you know?
Oh,
I'll never forget that because I'm like,
definitely a back.
yeah.
I just went through something similar just what 4 days ago with Sylvan and Silas at my house. Sylvan's the littlest, and he took my
These
back
are her
scratcher,
great
my
grandchildren.
great grandchildren.
yeah.
Took a back scratcher, and I mean I was looking at him, and it's like I'm just about bring that back, boom, hit Silas right on top of the head with the claw part.
Mm.
You know, and Silas is like obviously crying. He's only 4, just got, you know. And I mean, Silas comes running to me. I'm hugging him, and I yelled at Sylvan, which I have never yelled at him
Yeah,
before.
there's a point they have to learn.
Bring that here. You are never allowed to touch me, you know. And I took it, and he went in the kitchen and put himself in the. He would not look at anybody. He's standing looking at the corner, just standing there. Danny comes in. Danny comes in. And he goes, "What's going on with you? You look like you're in trouble." And he turns his head, looking in the bread box. That's sitting there. I said, "Oh, I'm still holding Silas, who's still crying," and I'm like, "I don't know. I had to get Rachel. I don't know. I don't think he's hurt bad, but
Such characters.
but no, but he would not. He just
He knew right away. Yeah.
Yeah, taking himself to the corner was the
Yeah,
first.
no, he
yeah.
right there by the sink. He
Yeah.
stood there by the sink.
They're
Yeah.
so cute.
There you go.
What we do without that
Yeah.
obviously. So,
So many of them.
and they're so beautiful. Our whole family.
They are.
Look at those children.
I said,
now.
you know,
I
if I-
remember you guys. And we're
Yeah.
like, they were the best looking.
Yeah.
You know, they were all in their own way. So, I don't know, unforgettable and beautiful and. Yeah.
I just love how much family we keep connected with.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, that's what we're trying
I
to
just
do.
was talking about while we were trying to find our way here with the GPS, how we've been failing at that. I said, I think it's sinful. We can't just know our way to Anco. We're getting all turned around lost with GPS.
That's because that was the driver. That didn't have anything to do with it. Well, and I remember promising Aunt Bertie that we would, keep the family reunions, when it got like she was the last one, Grandma was gone and Aunt Rachel was gone.
Yeah.
Well, starting for next July.
Oh, is she?
And-
Okay.
And really, you guys try to make it,
Yeah.
and all the kids and stuff.
We're gonna
You
try to
know.
bring that back.
Well, even the little bit of times we can get like if I know Rachel's having a birthday party, at the somewhere where there's going to be a lot of room or whatever, and I try to take, Griffin and Briar or now Zyra because the little boys Sylvan and Silas love Briar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rachel's kids and Zyra.
Yeah, they get.
Is Zyra coming?
I did. I got the door prize. You did. Oh, now I feel super cool because
Where'd
you
you
have
get
the
it?
same one.
So my sister's
At the
waiting
shower.
for a
Oh.
bracelet little.
And I got the door prize, the bell went off.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But really, I have to give Cirrus pick this out, Cirrus and Jenny, because I really didn't know. You didn't?
Best friend Mo.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Jenny was gonna get one. I don't know if she ever did. Because then we were all drove
If these
together and all
all
of a
at
sudden
the
we were
shower?
leaving. Yeah.
All at the shower?
Yeah.
Was that a bunch of us?
Anna has to see some of the pictures.
Oh my gosh, it was so pretty.
We have to do that before you guys leave. It turned out so beautiful.
It was
so
beautiful.
fun and,
Rachel's was going to be, and then 2020 happened.
None of
We
them.
had planned. I still have all the centerpieces for the tables. I
Yeah.
mean, these big baby blocks. I
It was a
mean,
baby shower, not a wedding
Yeah,
shower.
it was a baby
Yeah.
shower with animals on top.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
that
really
the baby
cute. They
shower.
worked so hard on all that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's gonna be Libby's.
And then they
No,
canceled the venue.
Maid of honor. Your maid of honor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be nice. I was excited.
But yeah, I'll show you guys some pics, but that's also why we started this podcast, is so that everybody can feel more connected. And even listening to it, I've heard
Look at Diane.
Right.
I felt like
Right.
a celebrity
How young
at the
Diane
shower,
was.
and I saw your podcast.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
"That's
I
awesome."
know Kate said something. She goes, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed watching those, you know.
Obviously, we have episodes that are endless, so
Right.
if you have more stories.
Well,
just-
this one would be endless for
And
if
so
somebody
one thing
doesn't
we
shut
used
us
to
up.
do-
Because-
Because we can
Yeah.
always come back and tell more, so
At,
that's what this is
at
all
your
about.
house, when you guys were little, we would have, we'd call just Friday night with the girls.
Mhm.
Betty, Bernice, me, Barbara, Joyce, we'd all show up after school and stuff. Probably because we could smoke at your mother's
Right,
and got away with
right.
it. But ended up having, and that's, Pauline from downstairs, I borrowed her wedding gown. I mean, everything was, there was so much connecting
Connection,
in this
yeah.
little Friday night session we had. Just so good for women.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need to just, I mean, they were trying to teach me how to cook or bake or, Betty, I mean, I'm still making her paprikash,
Mhm.
they all had these little, they were
Everybody
teaching
had
us.
specialties,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, Amish women live that way still.
Well, I
you know,
know, but that was
Yep.
so good for us. I mean,
It-
we
it
were
is.
this
How
generation
beautiful I
versus
Carole.
married ladies with
Yeah.
babies, and
How
just
beautiful she.
always
Just a lot.
always teaching us and helping us. And we knew what we had to look forward to in a way. I think that's why we all wanted to kind of get married.
Right.
It was a good thing. They were all pretty happy then.
I also told some people at the shower who were a little weary of being on camera, like, if you just have questions or, like I said, like, keep a notes app going after this if you have stories or whatever.
Yeah, something else that we need to make sure we leave for the
Well,
next generation.
I know after this episode, they're gonna have a whole different idea of what the 60s and whatever, 70s or whatever growing up and the two old ladies.
It was the
and-
best time to
Yeah.
grow up.
I've had like my kids, my grandkids going, I wish I would have grown up when you did,
It was a different.
It was.
I did tell people at the shower that if they have questions and don't want to talk, that we can write them down and I can ask them on behalf of them. Just to
Right.
get Aunt Carol or Grand Carol or whoever's perspective.
Right.
Whoever's
Right.
there. Yeah. But we need to do this again, I think, with you guys.
Yeah.
It sounds like a.
There's like 99
stories.
stories. I can never talk to them on the phone because I know for sure it's an hour. Yeah, just catching up.
At least with me.
Yeah.
Deb's busier than me.
Deb's busier.
I have more time.
Well, yes, I'm like, I put these out on my way to Boston and hearing grandma's voice is soothing.
The
Yeah.
very first one, Father Jim, actually, when he was going up was going on this kind of, hiking place.
Retreat or something, yeah.
And I said, you want to listen to my podcast? So I sent him the link. And he sent me this long email. It was
That's
so
very nice.
beautiful. Yeah, he goes, I was crying. It was all about
Aw,
himself.
right.
The first one,
Yeah, this one was a different
But I mean, this
vibe,
this
which
our
is good,
family.
yeah.
This is who we are.
Well, that's what we got, or like, we threw this together, we were talking about, they're
Yeah.
doing one this week and, trying to see if we can get there. And I said, well, I'm not going without Donna because she remembers stuff way better,
It's just a good time capsule, and I think
It
a lot of
is.
it's about like, well, what are we going to talk about for that? It's not. It's just the
It's just
conversation.
what
Right.
happens in it.
Right.
Is that
Exactly.
Louis?
Yeah.
Talk to-
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
Louis
No, there's Louis.
and Meg and Uncle Sash.
Um,
Yeah, and that's another whole story too. I mean,
but yeah, it's just the conversation. We don't have to always stay on top.
Meg on the
It's-
track.
That's Meg?
That's Meg on the track.
Told ya.
Oh, it is Meg, okay.
That Brad actually put up in that tree. Do you remember that? Yeah.
You got any of Carol on there? She loved the
I
thing.
thought we just saw one.
We saw one with her in the
Okay.
background on it.
I don't know.
Oh, just the way that.
Those were flash cameras. Or else
So
that the
that's
sun had to
Jenny,
be in
that's
your
Jenny
eyes.
and Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like Lainey.
Yeah, so now it's like history kept, like, I took care of you guys, you
Right.
took care of my kids.
Right.
Now the kids are, it just goes on and on.
This is Brian's Amish era.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, see, there's so many stories, and it's
Yeah.
just
Peg
like,
and Mike are here. This is Peggy now, and Mike.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Now Mike I recognize, Peg I
Now
did.
this is a few years
that's
back.
Peg?
Yeah.
That's Peg?
Peg. Yeah.
I remember Peg being anorexic, you
Oh,
know,
no,
the,
she-
yeah.
and she had a lot of problems
Yeah.
with her legs and stuff. She has braces on.
Oh.
And Mike has Alzheimer's.
Oh.
But this was 5 years ago, at least, that your
I
mom's
just remember taking that.
Patrick
picture.
Callahan got in touch with Meg,
Oh.
and they surprised us. We went over to Meg's, and he brought dinner and everything. It was really a
Aw.
nice, I mean, surprise. Yeah,
That's a good picture.
I like that picture. I just realized that was in there. I don't remember where this is. Anyway, it's all memories.
Yeah.
And it keeps you going.
Well, let's wrap this episode
I
up,
want
We
one
better
of these
wrap.
picture frames.
and then, like I said,
I haven't
after
seen
all-
the same picture yet.
I know.
There's, well, because a lot of people are signed into this to send
And they
pictures.
send me
So if
stuff.
you want the login to send your own pictures, it's
Yeah,
kinda
we
fun.
could do that too. We
Yeah.
can figure out how to do it. She knows how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Leave it up to the kids to figure out.
But as always, reach out to me or Carol if you want to come on, or if you have questions, you can email me or Carol, and we can ask them on the podcast so your questions get answered and
Okay.
stories get told. But I appreciate you guys coming on. I've laughed so hard. That was so cool.
Well, that's what I started to say earlier. She was like, I was like, we're doing this. They're, inviting us to come to the podcast. They're doing
We
the
were
one
supposed
this
to be
week. And I
gone
was
for
like,
a
I think
day
I
night.
could do Wednesday, whatever. Yeah. So it was like last minute. And she goes, okay, sure. But I don't really like being videoed. And I go, well, I don't feel real photogenic either these days. I said, let's just be silly. So, it was.
It's being real. It
is. It is. It is.
So,
Yeah.
Well, and we're working with a camera angle on a cardboard box, so
yeah.
there's like I think you guys are leaning into it, so we'll be.
Oh gosh, I probably got too much cleavage.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll
we
upgrade as we learn how to do
Yeah.
all this, but we're on episode 3, so.
did.
But I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you very, very, very.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for having us. It was
Are you gonna
fun.
shut it off now so we can eat
No, we
cake?
wanna say a prayer.
Okay.
We could start and end with something. Debbie can pray.
We did do Amazing Grace. We started
Yeah.
Amazing Grace. Oh, I'm praying.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Heavenly Father, for bringing us together at the last minute under nothing but love and truth and real, and that we can shed some light out into the world about our family and about our adventures and about the history of our family, and that the next generation can do the same, to come out into your world and spread your love and remember what family is. Amen.
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 Thank you, Lord.